I used to be somebody before that freak Caillou sent his armies south and ruined everything. We had a nice racket going on in the land of the Freelords, or what the rest of the Flaness calls the Bandit Kingdoms. We had a territory we ran, and we hustled and stole what we could from who we could. Sure, we fought amongst ourselves, and I'd just as soon stick my dagger into someone from the Freelords as anywhere else. But we always banded together when an outside force threatened all of our businesses. But all that changed when Ayus came a-calling. Half of the Freelords joined forces with Ayus to save their skins, and the other half got wiped out or sent packing to the other lands, or down into the rift. I was no hero, and neither were any of my mates. So after the massacre of Steelbone Meadows, we did what any guys in our situation would have done. We hightailed it out of there. The only problem is that everywhere we went, there were old enemies waiting. After finally getting corralled by the Ernst soldiers, I was left to rot in a dungeon, waiting for them to decide what to do with me. The way the guards look at us, I don't think we're gonna like what it is they have in store.
You can't come up here right now. I'm
and with that, we are live here
Hello!
on Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
And welcome.
And if you notice our screen's a little different, it's because we lost Steve, our dear beloved Steve, and it messes up all my boxes. So
does.
He'll be
wait for
back
him to come
probably.
back.
He just
Yeah, he's working on it.
temporarily lost.
He's working on it. He'll be back.
Yeah. Indubitably. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Return to the Bandit Kingdoms, episode 34. Let's go ahead with introductions. We're going to start with Steve. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh. Well, that's not smart.
He missed his opportunity.
Yeah, now he doesn't get to go at all.
For every minute he's disconnected, he's got to make a death save.
There you go. But yes, everybody, welcome to Return to the Bandit Kingdoms, episode 34. I am your host, as always, the ever-lovable Will DM. Dun, dun, dun. And, yeah, well, sort of. So what we'll do is, because Michael was so happy about being first last time, let's go first with Michael again. Hey, Michael, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you're playing.
It's all
I'm Michael, and I am playing Ash, who's a cleric, and that's what I'm doing. And if I seem distracted, it's only because I'm in the busy painting stuff over here. So, but I'm trying to focus over here now.
Yeah, gee, thanks.
I'll try.
See what you can do.
Yeah, that's always good. All right, Jerris. Now that you've got your stretching out of the way,
he's getting ready to play, man.
I'm sitting here. That's it. It's a tough stool to sit on for 4 hours. But
I just figured with all that Super Bowl glory weighing down on top of your head there.
You know what? That's what it is. Is my neck is it's just from all This is my mother-in-law got me this before the game, which is a ballsy purchase. It's either you end up with a cool memento or just a reminder of the anguish of your team's defeat.
I gotta say, it's kind of a reminder of just the anguish of us who didn't really care who won, but had to sit through that game. Oh, it was tough.
See, I thought that was a good game. It was a defensive game.
I don't even know if it was defensive so much as the offenses were inept.
I was making tables.
I'm pretty sure that even if
I think both Belichick game planned the young QB excellently, and then the Rams defense was just fucking really good.
I'm pretty sure that if the Patriots didn't even
it.
bother to put their defense on the field,
really shitty...
the Rams might have scored a touchdown with no defense on the field. But other than that, they looked terrible.
But I don't know. I think he did a really good job of just calling the right plays and just game planning them. Anyway,
yeah,
I didn't like.
we can't hear Will, so we can just keep going and talking about our talking about the Super
I have
Bowl.
a question.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So, fun fact.
Some kind of a chili cook-off, or what?
I make now. I don't eat meat, as some of you viewers who have watched for a while may know, but I make a mean 3-bean vegetarian chili that I will put up against your meat chili any day of the week.
I mean, it may be if I'm grading on a curve.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't see a meatless chili beating a meat chili.
It is so good. Anyway, so while we do seem to be having some technical difficulties, I'll talk. I'm Adam. I not only make 3-bean vegetarian chili, but I also play Talon Ravengard here on Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. And he's a...
Does Talon Ravengard make 3?
There goes. Now we just... So the good news is we can hear Will, but we just lost Jarrett.
I went mute for some reason because you guys heard me.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't press anything. I wonder if it's Zoom.
It might be. There might be issues with Zoom itself because.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
I think the problem for me, at least with Zoom, is the picture quality is so much better than Skype, which is more demanding on my shitty mountain internet.
Let's see.
But you look great.
I know, right? For as long as I'm here, and that's what's important.
Let me see if I can find. Well, I think Steve just lost his internet altogether because on the Discord he is no mas, and he should be popped up there too. So, okay,
maybe he's dead.
Wow,
bite your tongue.
Don't say that about Steve. Can
These
never.
things
What
happen.
I don't want to live in a world without Steve.
You know what? I'm gonna. If it's true, I gotta blame Jarrett because
Well, it's a twofer then. All right.
He logged off as soon as we started talking Patriots and Super Bowl, and maybe that was it. Maybe that sent him over the edge.
Put an end to it all.
It was like, I can't take it. I gotta go. Go.
Well, why don't we do a recap while we wait for Steve?
Yeah, let's. I'll go ahead and we'll do the recap. So, I always enjoy.
Yeah, Lee Kim, we need you. You're the ringer. You got to pop in.
Yeah. Hey Lee, what's happening, brother? All right. I really enjoy when you guys do recaps because you get to bumble around and I get to watch as opposed to the other way around. So at the start of the last episode, you guys were breaking into the
some sort of Iusian fortress.
Well, that was like 2 ago. You broke into the Rift Crag fortress of Krasner. So what happened when you guys went there?
It went very well.
It did. Ash was what was really amazing. He really outperformed and outdid himself. Last man standing.
We wandered.
It was an amazing experience for.
It was
Ash.
amazing to watch.
The hero of the of the show.
Yeah, we walked down a hall. No issue.
No
Steve,
spider webs. No
Steve
nothing.
or Wyndon, I should say, who claims he's not a wizard, but now maybe we could also accuse him of being a rogue because he was picking locks right and left. We entered a room. It looked like it was probably Krasner's study, right?
This is why I don't have them do this.
We're cooking with gas now because we're in Krasner's study, right? We're going to find all sorts of great shit. Well, we found some letters to his mother or whatever the fuck it was. And then as soon as Wyndon touched another door, all of the furniture came to life.
The trap was sprung.
And attacked us.
And that was pretty awesome.
It was.
If you like that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't expecting all the furniture. Like the suits of armor, there were 4 suits of armor that also attacked. That one, you knew that was coming.
Yeah. But I changed it up.
Sure.
They weren't animated suits of armor. They were actually mimics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, we dispatched of them after a little while.
Yeah.
And then Will still killed us.
I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is what really happened. Now that you got there,
That was a very sad ending because everybody died.
We all died from
slow,
smoke.
It was a
It was
small
smoke inhalation.
And end credit. There was, the slow, sad music was playing as the end credits went up, and it was the final scene was Ash just slowly drifting to the floor in in the throes of agony of death, and then we went to black. So it's very
Okay.
sad ending. It was very heroic up until that point.
Right up until the smoke inhalation killed them all.
This is what really happened, so that none of the viewers are terribly confused.
I thought we explained it perfectly.
You did a great job.
Yeah, you guys really did. So
that's what happened.
They're kind of the Press Ganged Opportunists are kind of roaming around without any kind of a real solid direction right now.
What? How dare you? We're specifically looking for papers on Caraptus so we can keep him in the Shadow Realm. And they had them here at this fortress, so we broke in and tried to take it and then died of smoke inhalation.
But
as you will.
Yeah. That stuff happens.
At the keep in the Rift Crag, they infiltrated from the roof through clever use of boots of levitation. And went into, you were correct, you made your way into a study by picking the locks on several doors and making it in. Lavishly furbished place. You guys started rummaging about. You did find some papers about, they were correspondence between Krasner and basically his higher-ups in the Boneheart back at Draraka. And then Steve was going to open one of the other doors that led out of there. And when he did that, it set off the trap. And the whole room came to life. There were sofas and an armoire, a desk, and swords came flying off of the wall, and shields and things along these lines.
Which very heroic, once again, for Ash.
Yeah, and the party eventually dispatched all of that furniture and what have you. And then when the room came to life, in the fireplace, a fire lit up and started burning. So after they had defeated everything, there was like this magical smoke that was coming out of the fireplace, and they tried vainly to put the fire out in the hopes that if the fire was put out, the room would become unlocked, because the room itself became sealed within a force bubble, which they couldn't even touch the walls.
I forgot about the force bubble, yeah.
See, this is why I do the recaps.
I mean,
so and then
detail.
It was an irrelevant part. I mean.
Yeah. So what happened is that the smoke actually wasn't just smoke in the part that it was just smoke from the fire. It was a magical smoke that was filling the room and causing the Press Ganged Opportunists to make some saving throws against the magical properties of it, and some of them lasted longer than others, but slowly, one by one, they succumbed to the fumes and fell to the floor. And as they were drifting into unconsciousness, they see that the door that they were trying to exit out of opened up, and in comes walking this weaselly-faced, black-robed wizard with a bunch of black armored men with a red skull on their chests, and then they faded into oblivion. So you guys didn't really.
Grafer has arrived.
Oh, yeah, Krasner, but yes. So, welcome
Kramer.
back, Steve.
Hello.
Okay, but we'll go ahead and we'll get started here.
We were worried you had died.
Well, we weren't worried. We were worried that Jairus was. He kind of seemed gleeful when he thought of the idea.
A little bit. So just for those listening on podcast and what have you, we'll go ahead and Steve, go ahead and tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Sure. I'm Steve, and I'm playing Wyndon, a former criminal and recluse who has fallen in with the slot, much to his usual annoyance. But they're all he has right now, so he's rolling.
That was the sweetest thing you've ever said about us.
Yes, they're all I got. Okay, excuse me. So all right. So if anybody else doesn't have any further to-dos or anything they need to mention, we'll go ahead and we'll get started.
Good.
There's some Dr. Seuss, I think, that needs to be read.
Lee's please volunteer to be your guys' drill instructor. Speaking of, I got to share that. So, for all those who didn't
We were
know,
so close to starting.
we were, but this is too good not to share with the general public. Bob Ross, the painter, we're gonna put a happy little tree over here. The white dude with the big old afro, the paints and stuff. His actual job before he changed and became a painter was what, Jairus?
Drill sergeant in the Air Force for like 20 years. Professional asshole. The guy was a professional asshole. Hated it, hated his life, and just did a complete 180 one day, quit, and just became the most chill, happy painter in the world. So anybody who's going through something, you feel like there's no end to it, Bob Ross was a drill sergeant. All right,
there you go.
180s are possible.
That's right. I feel uplifted and better morally just for.
There you go.
Yeah, heard that.
Enjoy some of my Jairus Bardic inspiration. That's
there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, all right, allow me.
Jardic inspiration. That's what I
there you
missed.
go.
Oh gosh, that was but that was.
But it's
good.
gone now.
Yeah. All right, so let me paint the opening picture, and we will get started. So each and every one of you, after you had inhaled those magic fumes and succumbed to its effects, passing out and rolling into a deep darkness, it was like a deep sleep without dreaming. And just out of like a black void, you start to all come to slowly at first. You start to hear some noises around you. You begin to understand, to recognize that they're the voices of people and footfalls and what seems to be the crackling of a fire. And you start to groggily open your eyes and look around you, and the room comes into focus. It's not very light, well lit in here, but even the dim light that's in here seems kind of overly bright to your eyes for whatever reason. It's probably maybe a side effect of the gas that had put you under. And you start to take in what's around you. Each and every one of you is in a barrel, your own barrel, your individual barrel.
We're
And
being pickled.
I would expect nothing less than my own private barrel.
Yeah, if I had to share the barrel, I'd go right to the manager.
I want to speak to your manager.
exactly. Well, you guys are going to have that opportunity.
I was promised a garden view from my barrel.
So you're in a barrel. These are really big barrels, ones that are, I don't know, I guess in mafia terms, you'd say that these are five people barrels.
Okay.
So if you're going to fill it full of cement and dump them into the river, but you're in this barrel, and your heads are like up and above where the barrel top would be.
That's uncomfortable.
But you're suspended like in something, and as you're looking down, and it looks like it's almost you're in water, but it's unmovable. It's almost as if you're in a gelatin of some sort.
Yep.
And you're up to your necks in this gelatin. Each one of you, while even though that you've come around, you've come back to consciousness, you definitely feel the effects of some narcotic or drug coursing through your system. It's making it hard to concentrate or to grab onto a single thought for a long period of time. The thought starts to come to your mind, and then it like slips away, and you start thinking, well, what was I thinking about? And I'm in a barrel, and what is that? Who's that over there? And that guy's dressed in black. I'm in a barrel. So it's like this constant loop of your thoughts. So
I'm in a barrel as the next song off of like, the Ethereum Jesus album.
hey, how many tracks have we got on Ethereum Jesus now?
I don't know. There's
Gotta
like
have at least
4 or
7 or
5.
8.
Yeah, but that I've
we're
made. There's
halfway there.
Float on Deathwalker is another one I haven't made yet, and then I'm in a barrel.
Nice. Now, the room that you're in is a round stone room. It has all the trappings of a traditional dungeon. And as in dungeon, I don't mean dungeon crawl, as in there's an Iron Maiden in one corner. There is a rack in one section. There are chains with manacles that are on all the walls. There is a...
Oh, so there's not tops on our barrels. I'm picturing
No.
like it sealed into a barrel.
No,
Oh.
you guys are in the barrels with your head sticking up out of the barrel,
in
so to speak.
Krasner's sex dungeon.
And everything below you is it's almost you're in jello for lack of a better term, and it's immobilized you in that jello. So okay, in the center of this room is a very large fire pit with like stove and iron grate around it. Pokers of all sorts are stuck into it. A cauldron sits inside of it with what appears to be either tar or some sort of oil bubbling.
Yep.
In the room is, I saw it, Michael, nice job. In the room is that Weasley wizard that you guys saw when you were passing out the night before. Okay. Or I shouldn't say night before, when you were last conscious. There are
one
also,
could argue might be the night before.
right. Also in this room.
Does that count as a long rest?
That's a good question.
I mean,
No,
It's like a dreamless sleep, right?
yeah,
it
nice
is-
dreamless sleep,
No,
floating
no.
in some comfy gelatin.
Yeah, that's a good try though. I'll give you. Tell you what though, if you guys want to elect one of you to roll a d20, and if you bust a 20, I'll have given you a short rest.
How do you
All right.
get more than 20 on a 20-sider?
I think
Did I say?
hit?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Or maybe I was just being a dick.
All right, who wants to roll?
I got it.
Go for it. I'm not even logged in.
Whoa!
Nice.
He rolled a 20.
Nat 20.
Serious?
Yes.
Sure the hell did.
You did.
I'm getting logged in now.
Nice job, Jared.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys got a short rest in.
Yeah, great.
Oh, I can see how this night's going to go already. I need more booze. Okay, so there's 6 of these guys that you saw from the when you were conscious, dressed in that black armor. Okay, there is the half ogre, half. I always say it wrong. I want to say Orog, but I know that ain't right. I'd have to look in that book. It's the half orc, half ogre. There's a half orc there. There's a tiefling, which are extremely rare in Greyhawk, because normally they're just killed. So, and a couple of humans. In the room, aside, thank you, Lee Kim, Ogorillin. Yep, Ogorillin.
Grillin?
Ogorillin.
Grillin.
Grillin.
We will do.
And Lee, if you want to spell that phonetically for my dumbass too, you could do that. There's also more barrels in here than just your guys's. Now the barrels are aligned around the wall, okay, because it's a circular room. There's 6 other barrels here. One you guys notice happens to have Trent in it.
Poor Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, all he wanted to do was get the hell out of here. but he couldn't leave his best buds down, so he helped you guys out by leading you here. So, but then there's also a fair number of others that are here. So I want every one of you to go ahead and just give me a perception roll.
A natural.
Now,
20.
do we get to
Wow.
do this natural, or are we at disadvantage because of the drug?
Um,
Come on, man.
Sorry.
I'll give it. You know what? We're gonna. You're right because the drug is hampering you guys.
But because I rolled a nat 20, I get to keep it.
Go ahead and roll me another one there, Adam.
Sorry, guys. I really am sorry. Yeah. There you go.
An 8.
Okay.
I got 16 somehow.
There it is.
Nice. Raleigh of
Okay.
all people.
Right?
Yeah, I know. That's
It's because he's so used to the drug. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, you know
Yeah.
this.
That's
Then
exactly
you
what
guys
it
are
is.
gonna start seeing
He's
a-
like, can I have some
Just
more,
watch.
please?
yeah.
Yeah.
Usually I got to
you
travel.
Can touch
all-
my tolerance.
Yeah.
See again.
He's like, usually I got to travel all the way to Kent to get this stuff, but thanks.
How can I get a real dose?
Oh, that's right. That's where I'm getting confused. Thank you. So it is an ogrilla. An ogrillin is the ogre and an orc mix. The orogs are just orcs on steroids. So thank you, Lee Kim. You're the best. So Raleigh does recognize two of the other guys. You don't know their names, but you recognize them from the cells you guys were in way back at Tobold Gurner's place when this first was all going down.
Oh, I wouldn't have known. I
Were
wouldn't have known who they
they?
were.
Oh, I
in
wouldn't
the
know about this
cell
either.
With us?
True. They weren't with you guys. They just happened to be there in the jail with you at the same.
Okay, because I remember there were two guys who were like, one was chained to me, and he kept trying to stop me from fighting.
Right. They weren't the guys from your
But it
jail
was
cell.
Not those guys.
No. And I'd have to go back and watch episode 1 to learn their names.
And you didn't want to do that, so you made up two new guys. I get you.
There you go. That's what
You know what?
You
It's
can just
free.
give
It's
them
fair.
names.
It's
Don't-
fair.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
It would be
Okay,
too
just
much
with
of a
confidence,
coincidence.
Be like, yeah, their names were John and Ben. I would have believed you.
That's right. So you guys are now conscious, and you see also all of you recognize this guy. You see Harchuk.
Did I meet
Fucking
him?
hard Chuck.
And Harchuk,
My porter's back. How excellent!
Do we see him in a barrel or standing around the room?
he's dressed in that black armor with the red skull on the front of it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, Harchuk.
Wait, what happened to Harchuk?
He went over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Well,
We kind of drove him there.
No, he was a pussy.
it's not so much that you drove him to the dark side, because you've definitely getting the distinct impression that these fellows here are elite.
Well, Harchuk was also. I mean,
Harchuk was definitely not elite.
no,
so-
but we.
So he was.
So
Kaiser
all of
Soze.
all of the guff that Silverwolf got for giving Harchuk a hard time was actually the right thing to do.
Well,
In hindsight-
we should have killed him. Was
Yeah.
the thing.
In
Right.
hindsight,
Silverwolf.
yeah, it appears so. It appears so. So Harchuk's walking around and he's got a wicked dagger in his hand, and he notices, because he's standing over by the barrel that's really close to Ash. And so when Ash wakes up and I say Krasner, this one here is awake now. Can I kill him? And Krasner goes, of course not. Don't be a fool. I told you already. Don't make me incinerate you here now. Now back away.
Ash would immediately look over at him and say, "Ah, yes, excellent. You've came to wait on me some more. Perfect."
You got that right, sir. I'm going to wait on you here with this great big ass dagger of mine. First, I think I'll wait on your ears. One at a time, slow, sawing back and forth. Not a quick, clean cut. That'd be too, just back. Then I definitely think I'm going to pay attention to your nose. Maybe your eyelids. Take those off, too.
I didn't know you were a follower of Nerul, like I am. Excellent.
The dude in black, the wizard that you guys know, it's Krasner. He comes over.
Krasner.
It's it's Krasner.
Oh god damn it!
He comes
It's
over.
not substitute Krasner.
No, it is. It is.
Gnomes in a costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
He comes over and he slaps Hardchuck's hands, holding the dagger. No, I say, get that out of here. Get it away. I've got work to do. First, yes, looks like all of you are open. I'm open, awake. And so he comes.
What have you done to us, you fiend?
Yeah. He comes over to Talon's barrel first, and he goes, and he produces like a small ball of light to illuminate. He's like, yes. And he like takes, he like holds open your eyes and looks at your pupils. Yes, very well. And he goes around and he starts inspecting everybody in the barrels.
Sure.
And as he does it, he like kind of like grips the top of your head and kind of like palms it. Anybody ever had that? What's this? It's a brain-eating spider and it's starving to death. Anybody have that done to them?
No, but I get where you're going with.
Somebody puts their hand on top of your head and goes, "Hey man, what's this?" He's like, "I don't know. It's a brain-eating spider. And guess what? What? It's starving to death." So yeah, exactly. So
That's a good voice, though.
Yeah, file that one away.
Yeah.
So he goes through and he like inspects all of you, and then afterwards he comes to the sentence. So I am suspecting that you're all wondering why you're here and why you're not dead.
Not particularly, but I'm sure you'll tell us.
You are correct, sir. I am going to tell you, because I have been collecting you, you soulless bastards. And I've been getting information. Trent at that time over there, you hear him whisper as he looks over and he looks at kind of like this hawk-nosed, backloonish kind of guy. The backloonish are from the northwest of the Flanness, and they're sort of like Arabic in their appearances. And you hear him whisper, "Dart." But he doesn't like say it as in trying to get his attention. He just says it as in an exclamation.
Sorry, what did he say? I didn't catch that.
Darton.
He says Dart.
Darton?
Wasn't Darton the dead guy?
He was the thief.
He was the thief who we thought got killed.
As did Trent. He thought he was dead.
So who did we talk to?
I don't know. Who did you talk to? Because you talked to somebody's skull that was telling you all kinds of different stuff. And Ash thought it was Darton. I mean, he pretty much confirmed it, right? I mean, you asked him if that's who he was, and he said that's who he was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the dead can lie just as well.
That's what his ghost claimed, so I don't know. I never met the guy before, so.
Right? But that's what you guys hear. And he goes, so we'll go back to Krasner, and he goes, I have to say, it has been enjoyable hunting you down. Once I found out that there were soulless individuals such as yourselves being released into the Bandit kingdoms to stir up trouble, well, I've been going around trying to find most of you. I've collected quite a few. I didn't suspect that the last batch I was trying to get my hands on would come into my own house. How convenient.
I'd like to point out that I am not like these others.
Correct.
My soul belongs to the Raven Queen.
Yes.
I don't know who my soul belongs to, but it is certainly not you.
Yes, it does. Priest Denuro, I control everything right here, right now. But
Yes.
enough of that. As you might have suspected, I've collected you for a number of reasons. For one, it's just been fun. Two, now that I know that it's Caractus, or supposedly some sort of corruptus that's trying to weasel back into the area and disrupt my lord's business, well, frankly, we've got a purpose for you all. Isn't that fun? That's just spectacular, don't you?
I would give a thumbs up, but my hands in jello.
Excellent. So what it is we're going to give you all a job opportunity. It's time for you to come and play for the winning team, you see. Now, most of you, except for the priest of Neural over here, you're missing your souls. You probably would like those back, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Technically, the Raven Queen person takes a long time not to use some kind of a mean word.
You're censoring yourself?
Yes, just because I don't want to start issues.
Yeah, when you're kind of frozen in a barrel and drugged, not a good time.
Technically, you are misinformed about her as well.
Oh, do tell. I just love surprises. And I'm sorry, your name was, that's right, Ash. That's right. I said his name is Ash, but now I'm telling you, if you just let me kill this one, just let me kill, you got plenty more here.
Please, servant, please sit down. Adults are talking.
And after you say that, Krasner actually looks, not at you, he looks at Hardchuck, and his eyes like flash with like yellow energy, and he goes, I think he's right. I think that the adults are talking, and if you say another thing, Hardchuck, it might be your last. You see Hardchuck kind of like a kid kicking a pebble on the ground, puts his dagger away and walks over, and he starts looking for a corner to pout in, but it's a round room. And so like he just stands where he was at and he crosses his arms and he's just like, So what is the secret, Ash? Oh, do tell. I'm interested.
Oh, he's just like me. She's just like me.
The Raven Queen is just like you.
No, her follower over there.
Wait, do you think Talon's a girl? Talon's a guy, right? Oh, he's just Boston Balls. I see. Okay.
Yeah, his rival. Oh, you think he has a soul? I guess I have the surprise.
Then I guess I'm learning something. If you find otherwise, very interesting. Thank you for
I
that.
know, isn't it just lovely when you get to find surprises? I love it.
Yes,
so
it
much.
is.
So, anyway, what I'm going to do is we're going to employ you. You are going to work for the great and powerful Ayus. You're going to become one of the winners.
Yay.
Isn't that fun?
I like winning.
Excellent.
You see Raleigh, he's over there and he's like I'm sorry, I haven't heard a word. My nose itches so much. Can I just have my one hand? What can I do with one hand? Or someone itch my nose, please. Please.
Very well. Borgo, go itch his nose for him.
We have a servant, Harchak. Take care of your employer, please.
And when he had said that, Borgo, that the big Ogrillon started to walk towards you, okay? And Krasner goes, "Ooh, what a lovely idea." Yes, no, Borgo. Wait, Hardchuck, be a dear. Would you go over and scratch his nose for me? Hardchuck is just standing there. He's got his arms crossed. He just puts him down to this side. Goes
Difficult to find good help these days.
He goes walking slowly over to Ash's barrel.
Oh, I don't need my nose.
Not Ash's barrel.
You have to go that way.
To Raleigh's barrel. And he goes, I'll say,
But thanks for showing your loyalty.
where's your nose itch, son?
On the left. The left.
on the left. So, and he like points. He goes, right there, right?
Yep.
Excellent.
No. Here.
Boom!
Other
He punches you in the nose. Bam! Did I get it? Son, did I get it, son? Is it still itching? Hold on. I think it is. And he punches in the other side. And then Krasner goes, oh, enough of that. Step aside.
Yep. No, that's better. Thanks.
Excuse me, your wizardliness.
Krasner, I'm sorry. Did I not introduce myself?
Well, I didn't know if you'd like to be called my name or not.
Of course. We don't have to stand on, titles. I'm Alessa Boneheart, and I am the overall commander of the Bandit Kingdoms. But you can just call me Krasner.
Thank you. I thought you were on a field trip to Rook Roost.
I was.
And you came back just now?
Well, as soon as the alarm to my inner sanctum was sounded, I was alerted, of course. My beeper went off.
That makes sense. Well, I can't wait to hear about
And
these.
I have this fabulous spell. If you were a wizard, maybe you would know of it. It's called teleport.
It's too bad I'm not.
Fabulous.
Well, I can't wait to hear about these great job opportunities. I'm all ears.
Excellent. So what I'm going to do is you're going to go back to Ernst. And then you hear Trent say, when he says that, he goes, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You're going to go to Ernst, and you're going to steal for us all those lovely souls that this so-called Caraptus has been squirreling away. And you're going to bring them back here to me. Such an easy job. I feel that all of you will be quite competent and able to pull such a thing off. And you'll get to leave the Bandit Kingdoms on a sightseeing trip. Won't that be fun?
I do not understand how you have gained so much power.
Really looking forward to it.
I'm sorry. How much what?
Power in your days. It is incredible to me. So what,
Do you mean me personally, or are you referring to the Iusian movement as a whole?
No, you personally.
Oh.
You are not as I expected.
Oh, I see. This is an attempt at mockery. Ah, nice. Well, as you can tell, I'm quite oblivious to that.
Yes, I can. So
I do have a boon to ask.
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
We're going to be going back to Ernst. I do require my servant to be returned to me.
Your
As
son.
a favor, of course.
Oh, you mean Harchuck?
Yes, my servant.
No, unfortunately. He is actually quite valuable. Because you see, he has, well, I think the technical term is he's a spy. And, well, he has an awful lot of ins in an awful lot of places. I couldn't very well hand him over to you lot.
He's an excellent servant. You don't understand.
I do. He's been serving me quite faithfully for a while.
When you say he's a spy, do you mean he was originally a spy for you, or he's just come on board as a spy for you? I'm just curious.
He's always been a spy. How do you think we've been able to track all you soulless mongrels?
And to think, Harchuck, I tried to treat you decently. All right. It's fair.
That's
So
right,
when-
it's fair.
Nothing but a lowly servant is all he ever was.
So
I beg your pardon. I am part of the Death Legion. Now, if the situations were turned again, well, I think I'd just kill all of y'all. But
I don't.
I do as my master Krasner asks me to do. Yes? Krasner's like, he does. He is a great dog. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, Ash, he's my servant first.
I see.
Makes sense.
He is a good one. I really, really enjoyed having him as a servant because he was very useful.
Oh, yes, quite. Now that all the bickering is out of the way, I just need you all to, well, agree. Does everyone want to take part in my offer?
I'm imagining.
I mean, you can say no.
Yeah. Are we going to? How? Is there anyone going to be chaperoning us on this expedition?
Oh no, that won't be necessary. You'll be well under lock and key. Oh, you want to see what that is? Very well. Let's see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And he starts going around and looking and going around. Okay, so let's see. There were 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 of you in here all together. Okay, so I'm going to roll a d10. You guys will be numbers 1 through 4. Starting with Michael is 1. Ash is 1. Raleigh is 2. Talon is 3. Wyndon as 4. So let's go ahead and roll this d10, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's see what we get.
Do it.
Oh, I got a 3. I got one of you guys.
That's me.
It's Talon.
I knew it would be one of us. I just didn't know
Yeah.
The odds were in your favor that it wouldn't be one of you guys.
who.
I was still pretty confident it was going to be one of us.
I as the DM, I was hoping it would be one of you guys.
Of course.
So he goes walking briskly, almost with a touch of glee, towards this little, like, it's sort of like a writing table, but not quite. Next to the brazier that's in the not the brazier, but the coals and the fire that's at the center. He goes digging around in some like wooden boxes on the table and pulls out a circlet. Okay. Now the circlet has on it 4 nubs. So like you got a circle. It's an oval. Okay. And there's like nubs at the 2 nubs that sort of at the front and 2 nubs at the back. He takes a pincer from out of the fire, holds the circlet, and he sticks it in the coals and he goes, "Oh, it's gonna hurt, but I can assure you that once it's done, you'll not regret it." And he pulls it out. And he looked right at you when he said it, Talon. He goes, "Now, Borgo, hold the nice man's head for me." And the gorilla comes over and like comes around behind the barrel, and he puts his hands around your neck and on the back of your head. So he's like holding it from behind. And Krasner comes over with this now heated circlet.
So I'm going to use a bonus action to place an Aegis of protection on Talon.
And surprisingly, the drug that you're on keeps you from casting.
It's not a spell.
It's what is it?
It's just a class ability.
And that doesn't happen either.
We
See,
anything.
this is one of the things that is probably the most overlooked thing in D&D. There's all these different people that have all these wondrous abilities, but yet they've never made anything that is a counter to any of these sort of things. So in certain circumstances, you'll have these, aka the drug that doesn't allow you to concentrate for a long period of time, which keeps you from activating a spell, from doing that. Because in my opinion, the advancement in magical stopping of magic would be just as pronounced as the magic itself. So
Makes sense.
it's plutonium. You are correct, Lee Kim. So you try though. You try, and it's almost as if you can get it to. It starts to like you can feel it starting to happen, and then it like slips from your consciousness. You're unable to do it.
Okay.
And he walks over, and he puts the ringlet onto Talon's head. And as soon as he puts it on there, it starts like smoking. Because
I would like to do my best not to react. As best, is that like a Constitution save?
Yes.
What can I?
Yes, give me a con save to be a badass. Like Charlie, give me your best Charlie Bronson here. What do you got?
19.
Nice.
You do it. You sit there and you just grit your teeth, and you're just like.
And I stare at him the whole time. In the creepy way that I do.
This one's going to work quite well. And so he places it on your head, and he produces out of his robes a silver hammer. And he walks over, and he like, wham! He hits one of those studs that's on the outside, because as it sits onto your head, the studs are on the out.
Mm-hmm.
And it pops the stud into your skull. And he goes over and bam, he pops the other one in. And he walks over and bam, bam. So now these 4 studs have been punched into your skull. The hair upon which, did your character have long hair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it burned all that off and it fell.
I've had a lot of problem with my hair getting burned off in this campaign.
And you got the smoke and the burn around there. Okay. So then he rumbles around through his robes, and he pops out. It's a little stone jar. And it's got a big cork in it, and he pops that cork off, and he gives it to actually, this is even better. Oh, Chuck, I have
Thank
another job for
you,
you.
Dr. Pork, for following the Return to the Bandit Kingdom. Just want to make sure I got that right. Dr. Pork.
It is Dr. Pork.
Um,
I got to say,
other
One of
white
the
meat.
easier ones to read.
Yeah.
Right?
For following Wicked Studios, the Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
Mhm.
And thank you for watching.
And
thank you for having a name that I can pronounce.
I was going to say, and kudos for that name, and I dig that name. That's really good. So, okay, so Harchuck again comes walking over. It's like anytime he asks him to do something, he of course is obeying like a good servant. But you can tell he's like a perpetual kid. He's like, so he hands the jar to Harchuck, and he Harchuck goes in, gets some salve, and he starts putting salve all around where the circlet was put on, and it's healing the flesh and what have you as well. So then Krasner starts walking around again. He goes, now there's a good side effect for having one of these electrum bands put on you. One is they won't be able to control you.
Thank you, Dr. Pork, for subscribing to
Yes,
Wicked
Dr. Pork,
Studios
thank
LLC.
you very much, sir. Whoop, whoop. Oh,
Now I feel really good for not butchering your name,
yeah.
which is a first.
You feel really good for the fact that you could have pronounced it.
That is exactly it.
Do I?
It's
Yeah.
few and far between.
It's the first time I've ever pronounced one of these names correctly.
Yeah, that's true. We're definitely going to give it that. Thumbs up, man. Right back at you. Thank you. So I don't know if they would have been able to. I mean, you have to understand, most of these people are dead. We've been killing them off quite steadily. But if they were still around, because we've noticed we had a few more of you at one point, and they lost control of themselves, and it seemed they were being controlled remotely. They had to put them down, unfortunately. But with these they wouldn't be able to do that. See, isn't that fun? Now, unfortunately, the other side effect is, well, we can do something to you with these. So you just trade one master for another. Working for IU, you will see, is going to be fantastic. Well, for me, and I work for IU. So I think, yes, just be more concerned about making me happy. Totally. Okay, so who wants to be next? Any volunteers, or should I just...
Harchuck, absolutely. Move over here and wait on me the way you're supposed to.
I'll say you, Krasner. Can I put it on him? You know, you've been such a good boy, Harchuck. Of course you can.
Excellent. Now get over here, my servant, and do what you're supposed to be doing.
And you
Hate
can
it when
tell,
my servants don't respond quickly.
you
More
can,
quickly, Harchuck. Move it. Get over here. You're dwaddling again.
and you can tell it's pissing him off. But he's like, it's too good of an opportunity to pass up hitting you in the head with a hammer. But even if it is what you're asking him to do, he's still going to do it. So same process happens, except this time Krasner's just kind of like walking around. You see him like kind of stop casually at one of the other barrels. Matter of fact, it's Trent's barrel. Okay. And he's like, he's got his hands behind his back. He's just like casually talking to the guy. It's like, so where are you from in the Bandit? I mean, he's totally just like, you know, having a conversation. He's like, what to do? So, and one of the other Black Legionnaires gets one of the circlets out, brings it over, puts it on Ash, boom, 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 boom. Harchuck hits it in, and then afterwards, he seems rather unfulfilled. Now, I will say though, Ash, are you going to do the contract to try and resist screaming from the pain?
No, because I actually turned my screaming into cursing out Hardshock for doing such a piss poor job of doing it.
I will allow this with no rules whatsoever because yes, this could definitely happen. And like after he's done, he's like pissed. So they will go around and they do it to each one of the people that are in here. So they do it to Trent, they do it to Darton, they do it to the other 4 guys that you guys don't know who these other guys are. Raleigh did notice that 2 of them look familiar from the cells in the dungeon when you guys were first in Ernst, but there's not a name. They don't have a name to them. So each and every one of you, whoa,
Raleigh,
look at that.
So Raleigh's just gonna be like joking and laughing with the guy as he taps as he hammers the nails in.
Now, even though Talon resisted it like without a flinch, you could still sort of tell he was like stock still, staring straight ahead, not doing anything. Raleigh is almost as if they have to tell him a couple of times, okay, well, just hold still, okay? I'm saying, it's like, oh, and then you won't believe this. And he starts like breaking into some stories or something like that. And this gets Krasner's attention. And he comes over and he goes, oh, I like you. I think you're going to be my favorite. You're the one that has the 2.
Of course I'm going to be your favorite. I'm everyone's favorite.
Excellent. Oh, I think you're going to love working for me. I know I'm going to love having you working for me. Now tell me, which one am I talking to? Am I talking to Raleigh or is it that Morgan fellow?
Morgan would be crying like a little bitch.
I
actually, you know what? He'd be tagging me in. And he gets a paper cut. He tags me in.
I thought as much. Harchuck, hurry up. Get over here and put the salve on this man so he doesn't bleed too much. Excellent. We could actually do something about that personality thing of yours. We'll talk more later after you get back.
Okay.
He goes through.
I am not going to make an attempt to be all stoic because if anything, I'd rather have them underestimate me than overestimate me. So I'm not even going to try. So I'll just start screaming
even before it happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So, like, as the guy starts coming close to you, you start whimpering.
Yeah. I'm not made for this.
Excellent.
Make a con save in the other direction to see if you piss yourself.
Right.
I don't have good con anyway, so.
So he comes over. They put the band on you as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So everybody has the band put on them. It does hurt. It is excruciatingly painful. But once they put that salve on you, it heals it right up. So you guys are good. Now your hair and whatnot is burned away. So for what that's worth, I mean, yeah. And after everyone is been, and you're not the only one that is screaming and
sure
in pain as it happens. The other guys do as well. Even Trent, big burly ranger man Trent, kind of like gives some screams. So, but after he's all done, Krasner just looks at you and goes, well, time to let you out. But before, just so you know, I believe in openness with all of my lackeys and underlings. You see this? And he shows you a ring he's got on his finger. Ah, yes. Don't think about trying anything. Granted, of course, you die horribly for trying it anyway. And, you're not going to survive. I mean, come on now. What? Whoever wears this ring can't be touched by anyone who wears those. Hey. So, and then the other the guards, the Black Death guards, go and they have like these mallets and they like crack the sides of the barrels and then they kind of just like fall apart, and so it's just like this quivering mass of Jello. And then after all the barrels are cracked and all the wood is off and it's just a shaking mound of Jello, then Krasner pulls out a tiny bell shakes it, and the jello just goes, and as it just falls to the ground, all of you just kind of like fall to the ground too, because it was holding you up. So you kind of like boom. So, and now you are free from from those bonds. You are naked. You have no weapons and none of your gear on you right now. Okay.
Sure.
I don't have any gear on me anyway.
That's true. So now that's that, Krasner goes, well, so let's get you cleaned up. And then we'll give you a good briefing before we give you a swift kick in the butt and get you out the door to go and get those souls.
I feel like I was right about this being his sex dungeon now. The more that he talks.
He does kind of linger close to you and goes, if you want to stay for a little while. So basically he says that and he goes, so just follow Harchuck and do me a favor. These are my men. I would hate to have to kill any of you. Understood?
He's my servant, so
you can verbally assault them all you want. They're big boys, but I will have to like-mindedly, tick for tat. I think the term's eye for an eye. You kill one of mine, I'll have to kill you, and I don't want to do that. I've got plans.
Quick question.
Yes.
What about not kill? What if I just, kick the shit out of Harchuck a little bit? Because I'm probably at some point I'm going to kick the shit out of Harchuck a little bit. I'd be upfront about it. Harchuck, I'm going to whoop your ass. You got one coming to you, buddy.
I tell you what, I think this is a great idea. Any of you who come back with all the souls, I will give you a free in the pits mano a mano with Harchuck. Now, you could devise it amongst yourselves. I mean, however let's make it a game. Whoever can bring me back the most of the souls gets a free shot at killing Harchuck.
Why would I want to kill my best servant?
I mean, this is so
Ash is out.
Anyone else has ever
so, right? But until then, please refrain. We've got business to take care of. I understand there's a time and place for everything, but just not right yet.
Oh.
Well, just follow that man there. He'll show you to where you can get cleaned up and dressed. I look forward to talking to you later. Adios.
I'm going to try to cast Prestidigitation and clean myself up and see if
it works. Oh, well,
I do have one question.
You're still on the drug.
I do have one question.
Okay.
How long has it been since we took off the evening before and stormed the castle and climbed the castle and so forth?
It's really probably approaching in on that 24-hour mark.
Okay.
But all you guys have been able to do in that amount of time is get that short rest because
the reason I ask
hit the nat 20.
The reason I ask is because I lose control of Salus at 24 hours. So wherever she's at, whatever she's doing, she turns into a real zombie and attacks who's ever there.
Also, there's what's his name too, Corwin outside.
Yeah. Well, my other zombie, I'm assuming they didn't collect him. So
I'm just gonna throw this out there, and you guys can tell me if I'm off base. But you're at the stronghold of Iusians that regularly take undead and put them into use. I think they've got it under control. Now, if it was some other place, like, I don't know, Celine or something like that, or, you got a gnomish village, we could really have some Freddy Krueger type shit going down. But these guys here, this is old hat to them. They're used to it. So.
And for those, if anybody is paying attention to Talon's glistening naked body, which I'm sure Krasner might be,
he gave you a once over before he left.
He has a lot.
He's all business. He's all business.
He has a lot of scars. He's got 3 across his, his chest over his heart. His arms just sort of crisscrossed, like almost like all the way down, and in the like most of his back.
I think
It's just-
I think a roll or two might be called for. High DC though. What do you think, Tal?
Yeah, I mean, especially for the back, because it looks like it's in some sort of shape, but considering it's all just, crisscross with scars, it's hard to see what it is.
Okay, so the three of you can make a perception roll. What kind of DC do you think that should be there? I'm thinking 15.
Yeah, 15 is fine.
Okay, so Ash recognizes it.
Well, Ash, I don't know if he would have noticed.
I don't think he does.
Yep.
Wyndon doesn't.
Yeah, Ash wouldn't have
Looking at it, makes
known.
my mind.
So he can see it real well. Doesn't mean he knows
Ooh.
what it means.
Okay, so this is what happens. Because you're right.
Ash could probably make out what it is
Right.
if he cares.
Both. I will say this though, Wyndon and Raleigh. There's something familiar about Talon now that you didn't notice before. There's just something about it. You don't know what it is, but there's something, just some kind of thinking. I don't know about it. So anyway, so one of the humans that one of the Black Death Legionnaires that was in there goes, "All right, follow me. I'll take you to where you can get cleaned up, get clothes." And essentially, he leads you down into essentially, it's like a modified bath house area. So there's like these great big cauldrons in there with fire burning under them, but not like to make it too hot or anything. And there's like a squad of goblins in here that keep the water nice and warm. And there's like clothes on hooks all along the walls, and like boots. And it's almost as if this is like they went and the first thing that came to mind I can't really use. It's almost as if there's been a lot of people that probably have died here, and they've been stripped of their belongings, and they've kind of been unceremoniously placed here in piles.
Right.
And that's what's in this room besides that. So the guy goes, go ahead, get yourselves cleaned up, get dressed. See that door over there at the end? So like he leads you in from one door, and there's a door on the far end of this chamber. It's a relatively big chamber. There's like benches and different stuff in here too, where you could sit down for a minute if need be. You could there's like towels and cloths for washing and so forth in there as well. Not really any soap, but warm water. So
Sure.
he points at the far door and he goes, just go ahead and go through that door when you guys are done. Make yourselves at home. Krasner will be along relatively shortly after.
And our stuff isn't it?
Raleigh's gonna go lazily
clothes,
collapse into one of the cauldrons, just like head first, kind of just like bloop, like half diving, kind of somersaults in, and then his head pops up, and he just is taking a nice soak.
Gotcha.
I'll
Now-
clean off, yeah.
You guys still are feeling the effects of the drug that you're on. It makes you unsteady, but not unsteady to the point where you're wobbly, going to be drunk, falling down. But it's sort of like you feel like you get this perpetual head rush going on. Okay. And basically, I want each one of you to roll a D4. Essentially, that D4 is going to be the amount of hours before it wears off.
All right. Yep.
You rolled a 4, didn't you?
Well, that was Ash. But I
Ash.
have a
Oh,
feeling-
so did Raleigh.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So it's 4 hours.
Oh my
So did
god, are you
Wyndon.
serious?
All right.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so all of you except for Talon.
Talon's otherworldly physique is helping
Yeah.
him recover faster.
Yeah, that's obviously what's going on there.
Man.
So, okay. So basically, you can feel it starting to wear off as time will go by. I'll just let you know how it's going to feel. Okay. It's you just kind of get your faculties back amongst you. Your stomach does feel kind of slightly upset, but not terribly bad from whatever it is that they've pumped into your system. Okay. So Raleigh's in swimming around in the one of the cauldrons. The other guys
Yeah, I'm cleaning off.
are doing the same thing. This stuff cleans off pretty good. It's very water soluble. So it, you guys are for the most part clean.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a quick bath to get clean, and then I'll spend some time looking for any remnants of either my armor or other studded leather armor I can fit into.
There are no weapons,
Yeah.
or armor,
Okay.
or spell accoutrements, or anything like that here.
Cool.
So it's just basically clothes,
All right.
clothes and footwear.
Is there anything black? I could settle for a dark gray.
Trim.
Yeah, it's got to be tight fitting.
Seeing how most of the people that have given up their clothes through death have been either working for IUs or bandits, there's surprisingly most of it is black.
All right, good, yeah.
There's a couple of dark browns, a couple of dark grays, and then there's like just one blazingly yellow shirt.
Yeah, that's not good, but I'll go for some pants. Maybe
I'll take a dark
some boots.
gray.
I'd like a shirt that's like a size too small, just to
just to show off that physique of yours.
I find something and rip it to shreds and then put it on.
Sure.
You have to you got to stay true to your brand.
There's no cloaks though, are there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's not going to be a cool like raven looking one though, huh? With the feathers. No. I'll work on that once we get out of here.
Yeah. See, Adam, when you're DMing sometime and I'm playing in your game, and you can give me kickbacks, you definitely will find cloaks like that when you want them.
And it's just for show; it doesn't do anything.
Of course. Excellent. So all right. So you guys gonna do any kind of talking or whatnot? Trent's in there, and Trent actually comes over to Wyndon and goes, "They got me.
Sorry,
I didn't give you guys up. They already knew you were in there.
We got nicked. We almost made it out, but we just couldn't. They got us right at the end. We'll figure this out. We'll figure something out."
Yeah, excellent. And then this guy comes over, and like I say, he's that backloonish looking dude. He's a wiry kind of guy. He's maybe about 5'6". And when he comes over, Trent goes, "I thought you were dead." And he goes, "I'm way too smart for them to do something like that and just kill me. Actually, they just kind of took me prisoner and brought me back here."
Now, wasn't he a Shatterkai?
No, this is Darton. He was just a
rogue, basically.
Just a rogue.
Thief.
Just a very talented rogue.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Trent goes, "But he talked to your ghost," and he goes, "I don't know what to tell you, man. It wasn't my ghost. I'm right here. And they roughed me up some, but I don't know what to tell you."
Are you sure part of you didn't die?
Well, like you guys, I don't got a soul, so I hope my soul isn't just running around free. That would suck.
I look over and say, sometimes souls just echo before they vanish into the void. Like all of these around us that won't shut up. And at that, I grab some more cloth and start stuffing it into my ears, even though it doesn't help.
Trent looks over at Wyndon.
He's handling this very well.
Is he always like this? I don't remember him being like this.
I think it's gotten a bit worse. Whether it's just because he's getting worse or because there's actually more. I mean, I would imagine if these ghost things are real, that there's a lot of them around here.
And there are. So yes, Ash, you are seeing quite a few unhappy souls just meandering through. You see them passing through the walls. Some of them are moaning, complaining. There's about a good half dozen of them in a circle around you, pleading their cases.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I have my ears plugged.
Yep. They're asking you for help. They're like, "You got to help me, man. You got to." So.
Yeah, I'll start making my way to the door that was indicated, just to get this over with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So, anybody else want to do anything during that time period where you guys, because they leave you guys in there alone. The only other people in there are the goblins. And unless you speak goblin, you don't know what they're saying, and they're just kind of like jabbering back and forth to each other, making sure that the water in the pot stay warm. That's it.
There's nothing productive I can do, so.
I'm not going to bother doing anything. I'm still waiting for this to wear off, too, so.
Yeah, Riley's just soaking in the tub trying to sober up.
Okay. All right. So as you guys get cleaned up, you'll peel off and go into this other room. I guess 1, 2 at a time.
Do we want to take a break now?
That's what I was. We're gonna go ahead and take our.
Only because Adam has to go to the bathroom.
Well, there is always that. Well, that would be good entertainment to have you pee on air, but
I mean, not from where I'm sitting. You won't be able to notice. Yeah. All I'll do is ruin my chair.
No.
All right. Okay, everybody. So what's going to happen is we're going to take our break for this evening. So go ahead, refresh your beverages, get your snackage on, and we will be back
We'll be back
to see where it happens next. Dun, dun, dun.
Don't get banned. The good thing is that we can't get banned from our own channel. Well, but who knows? Maybe we'll figure out a way, though. If there is a way, we'll figure out how to do it.
That's really my goal now, is try to get banned on Fridays.
I tell you what, there's no way you're getting banned, baby. I love you in that hat.
No, that was sweet. We'll be back.
6 fucking rings.
All right. Anyway, let's go. All right, everybody. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Hey there, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for sticking around.
Hello.
Yes. Now let's go into the second half of episode 34 of Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. Excellent. Okay. So everybody goes ahead, gets cleaned up, get yourself some new duds.
Raleigh is not. Raleigh's waiting for his coat. He's like, hasn't even dawned on him that they wouldn't be giving him back his coat. He's just stark ass naked, figuring he'll dress when they give him his back.
Okay. So everybody leaves the room but you at that point in time.
Yeah, he's content to soak. Like, no one's going to tell him to leave.
Well, someone will come in eventually. But
Actually, Ash doesn't leave either. When he's alone with Raleigh, he turns to him and he says, I have a problem.
If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the
We
hook while the
have a
DJ
lot of
revolves it.
problems, man. Like, look around. What's up?
Says, hey, begins the Blood Moon Festival, and I need to harvest. I need your assistance.
I think he just asked you to be a sacrifice.
No, I'm not looking to make you a sacrifice. I need your assistance to create a sacrifice. I feel I can trust you.
I got to be honest with you. I don't have a whole lot of experience in the whole sacrifice department, but I mean, I'll help if I can.
Excellent. When I give you a signal, that will be the sign that the harvest has begun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like what
I must harvest
figure out what kind of signal you want to do, like a caw.
Now, I thought I would say the harvest begins, and that would be the signal to you to begin the harvest.
All right, but what if you're like, the harvest begins, and then I'll know when you go like that. That's when it begins.
No, I just will say the harvest begins. That's all we need.
I feel like you're overcomplicating this, but okay.
All right.
The sacrifice must be worthy. I'm thinking one of these others that are here with us, or any of them that you don't particularly care for, will do just fine. You seem to have
I really like them all.
an affection for Trent.
Yeah, I mean,
Lyndon, of course, is a
friend.
friend of yours, and I suppose Talon will keep around because better to keep her here in the flesh than off wherever it would go dead. So the other 5, though, there should be one there that you wouldn't miss.
I really like them all. I couldn't choose. They all just seem like darlings to me.
Sounds like you need to talk to Morgan.
I thought you were a lot more dark than you seem right now. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with you right now, but
it's hard for me to choose, but everybody dies. People die all the time. So you pick one and we'll kill them, and that's fine.
Yes, all right. Excellent. As long as you don't have an on affection towards any of them but that Trent fellow. I've noticed have a bond.
I feel like we're misunderstanding each other. I have an affection for all of them. But if you need to do your blood harvesty thing, I have an affection for you too. It's, none of them asked me specifically not to kill them. And if you specifically are asking me to kill them, I think that trumps. You asked,
Thanks.
The goblins have all stopped their work and are standing in a little group watching you over a little ways away, and they're all kind of just like whispering to each other. Oh, okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
I kind of glance over. Don't worry, you're goblins. You're beneath the harvest.
They wave at you.
You guys, hey, little fellas, have you seen my jacket? I need my jacket.
They start talking amongst each other, and they actually get in like a huddle. And they talk for a little bit, and one of them goes running out of the door that you guys came through. And one of the other goblins looks at you and goes, or whatever a goblin would say. And then a little bit later, the door opens up, and this other goblin comes running in, and he's got your coat on, and he's all like,
It looks great on you, buddy. It's fantastic.
and then he comes over to
I
you.
knew I could count on you guys.
He comes over and he's like talking to you, and he takes the coat off, and he's handing it up towards you, and he's like, they're all like talking back and forth, and it seems to be get agitated for a second, and then like, and then the goblin who's handing it to you in really broken common goes, "You give me something good later."
Fair trade.
Yeah.
Wow. This
Yeah,
goblins
thanks,
work
buddy.
on the honor system. That's pretty cool.
I'm Raleigh. Who are you?
Took.
I like that.
As in took your jacket.
Yeah. All right. Do you like it here, Took? What do you think about this Krasner fellow?
They start talking amongst each other for a little bit, and the guy who gave you the coat looks like he gets the very "I'm answering a question at an interview" look, and he goes, "Krasner,
He's like,
hey,
no,
number one."
no, look at me. Look at me. He's like, that's Raleigh. He's like, hey, look at me. I'm cool. All right, you can tell me. You can talk to me. We're just people. And
then the other goblins in the back are kind of like, like talking sort of under their breath to him, like, and he looks at you again, thinks, and he goes, "Krasner, hey, number one."
All right, Krasner number one. If you ever get sick of Krasner, we'll see how things shake out. You always got a bunk in my bed. There, Took. Thanks for the coat.
Wow. This is taking a weird turn.
Recruiting goblins in Rift Crag? Yeah, what the hell? Why not? So,
Raleigh's making friends, man. Why
Raleigh's,
this is weird?
Raleigh's really good at making friends.
Talon has never made a friend in his life.
So, when the rest
Jairus hasn't either.
when the rest of you have left, and while this is going on in the back room, the room on the other side is basically it's got a bunch of tables. There's actually food there. There's like lamps hanging from the ceilings, oil burning lamps for illumination. At one end, it's sort of like it's like a classroom almost, you think, because there's a long wooden bench, and on the other side of it is a really big chalkboard. Currently, drawn on the chalkboard are like really crude stick figures and like a meteor coming down out of the sky and like little stick figures running away from it. You get the suspicion that maybe the goblins were using it.
I'm assuming Krasner, actually, but that's just me.
Hey, yeah, Krasner maybe would have done it. You never know. He seems the type of guy that just enjoys having a good time, doing a little bit of doodling here and there. So everybody goes and sits.
I feel like if it were him though, with all that magic, they'd still be crude, but they'd be like moving like a GIF or something.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Like a Harry Potter picture.
Yeah, and you kind of think it is the goblins that did all the chalk drawings on there, because there seems to be a lot of goblins killing things in there. You can tell by the crude ears and written in really bad common, totally misspelled, but it's kind of phonetic. It says "goblins rule" or something like that. So yeah. Everybody that comes in, of the 4 guys that, because there was the 6, 2 of which were Trent and Darton. Okay. Those other 4 guys go and take their own table and start talking quietly amongst themselves and eating. So Trent and Darton take a table. The tables are large enough to support 6 people. So if the rest of you, as you come filtering in, wish to if you wish to
Yeah, I'm gonna
sit,
shit at that fucking table. That'll show them.
I did that in the cauldron.
They won't.
if you want to sit at the table, there would be enough room for you guys. But Darton and Trent sit down at one table and they start talking amongst themselves and eating. They're not really attempting to keep a low tone or whisper amongst each other. It's more or less of Trent is talking to Darton about what happened and how he didn't die, and Darton filling in the details of that is basically what that is.
I would like to listen in on that conversation.
Okay. So essentially what Darton is saying is that after he had gotten all those materials, those documents and stuff, and was able to sneak out of the Rift Crag, he was making his way out onto the plains that are just out back, right? As dawn started to come up, the goblin riding vultures appeared, and this matches the story that Trent had originally told you guys when you met him. Okay. There was this battle that occurred then, and it was Norjor that saved him and Trent. Norjor pulled some funky druidic magic and got them away. Basically what Darton says for the rest of it is that death came raining from above, and he actually tells you how the goblins that fought them actually had these clay pots that they would throw down that when they hit the ground exploded into greasy fire. Okay, which would explain when you guys were went out and were looking around and found those dead bodies and what have you, that the area was burned up and what have you. He relays a story about how they were able to kill quite a few of those guys, but then were overtaken. He says that he thought, he was filled full of bolts from crossbows from him. And the next thing he knew was waking up in the Rift Crag. And he spent some time in a cell. And it appeared that the bolts had been removed from him. He was allowed to recuperate, and they actually gave him some healing magic. But it appears that the rest of that group did die. So there was 3 other guys that were there, aside Darton, that died. Okay, the 4 guys that are with you guys right now, it does appear from what you can tell that what he's relating is the truth.
Okay.
From a 12 insight, that's pretty much what you're gathering. The other 4 guys, because Trent also asks him about them, and he says that he doesn't know who those 4 guys are. From what he was able to garner from information of listening to different things that are going on, these are another group of, as they're calling you guys now, soulless ones, that were gathered up. Now, these guys were supposedly gathered up over outside of Redspan, which is down south.
We passed that on the way
by the near div. Actually, not Redspan. Oh yeah, no. You're right. Redspan. That's over in 10.
Over here.
Alhaster is what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
I don't know where that is.
Alhaster's down south. I got the two mixed up. I saw Redspan on the map. Yeah, that's not it. Because Redspan's actually over there in the Duchy at 10. You guys did pass that going to when you guys were going to Rook Roost. He says that these guys, from what he heard, came from Alhaster, which is down south. It's on the Neardiv, which is a big lake. And Ernst is on that lake too. And, they have ships that go out and what have you. Alhaster is even before the Iusian invasion, the bandits out of Alhaster, they were pirates, and they plied their trade on plundering cargo ships and what have you off the Neardiv. So that's where he heard that those guys were gathered up. So he does say that he saw a couple of other guys that were soulless. He assumes that were just put to death, and he doesn't know what's up with that. Mm-hmm. And that's essentially basically the tale that he tells. There's some, different types of, information that he puts into it, things along those lines.
Now, are all of these dudes supposed to come with us, or is it just us?
You don't know.
Okay.
I mean, the other four are at another table, and they're not showing like they have any interest in getting to know you at all or talk to you.
How
Now,
rude.
You do know that when Tobal Gurner and those guys were sucking the souls out of people, they were releasing them into the Bandit Kingdom in groups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your guys' group was one of those groups.
Mm-hmm.
So Raleigh's going to sit down with the other four and introduce him to be like, I'm Raleigh. You guys super fucking high still. I'm whew.
And they're all like, they look at each other for a second and go, yeah, I'm pretty
How
high
long has
too.
it been? Am I starting to feel any better?
Sure, we'll say that the hour has gone by for you. So we'll say 1 hour has passed.
Okay.
So for those who rolled the 4 hours to be under the influence of the spell inhabilitating drug, have 1 hour off, and we'll say that Talon is now free of those effects. Okay. So
I'm Raleigh. We're the Press Gang. You guys have like a name, so it's funny, come up with like a cool name for yourselves.
the one guy says, my name's Turner, and
This is Hooch.
And all of those who get that, you were alive probably in the 80s. Fuck you, Adam. One of the other guys' name is Hooch.
I knew it. I recognized him.
Careful, Hooch is crazy.
He is crazy. He does a lot of. He shakes his head a lot, and slobber goes flying all over the place.
It's crazy.
The other guys keep handing him napkins. Man, just do something with that, okay?
So you've known each other for a while? You've been traveling together?
Yeah. We assume that you guys are a group of the. I guess we call ourselves Solus now, that we're sent out from Tobal Gurner. And the one guy, Turner, says, you look familiar. I think maybe we saw each other in the cells. And that's the one of the guys.
Yeah. I thought I recognized you. I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure. But yeah. You guys, how's it been for you? It's not been great for us.
Well, it's not been great for us either. I mean, were actually
where we are. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. There were 8 of us when we were heading out.
So you know what I find that's fun to kind of help, make this whole thing is, we come up with a few games that we play. Big one is Blood Harvest, where every now and then someone will yell out Blood Harvest, and the last person you have to fall to the ground as quick as you can, and the last person standing just gets whooped by everybody, and it's a lot of fun. Side note, I suck at it. I'm usually the one getting whooped. So you got
the guy who's perpetually slobbering named Hooch goes, "It sounds like a fun game," and the guy who's Turner goes, "Shut up! It is not." It's like, are you mental? Is it you really are tripping balls, aren't you? And that drug is really that's just
You guys never played kick the can? Like, there is nothing more fun than beating the shit out of your friends. That's well established. That is a well established fact.
they all look at each other and then turn around and look at the other table and they go, so, and those are your friends and you guys regularly just for no reason kick the shit out of each other?
Yeah, just when, like, you need a morale boost. Because you got to think about, like, sure, the one person who's getting beat up is having a bad time. Yeah. But he could have dropped to the ground. Everybody's got the same chances. And the three who are kicking him are having a fucking blast. See, remember, it only sucks for you.
Okay.
That's how I always try to look at it.
Ash is just standing back, observing, and kind of impressed by his new initiate.
Yeah, and Hooch goes, yeah, that sounds it. And Turner turns to him again and says, dude, shut up. We're not doing that. Okay. So at this time, as you're trying to convince all these other guys that when the time comes that to have them join in on the murder of one of their own friends, the door opens up and in comes Krasner. Now, he's combed his hair a little bit more. He's got his robes are a little bit more tidier, and he's got like a big leather book with all kinds of like pages sticking out of it, and he's got a big grin on his face. He's got a cup of coffee in his hand, and he like closes the door behind him. Now this door that he's coming through is at the other end of the room, over by the chalkboard where the goblins have been having a good time. Okay, and he comes in and goes, hello everyone. Yes. All clean and dressed, I see. And he puts the book down on the table. Good. Takes a drink of the coffee, sets down, turns around, looks at the chalkboard, and he goes, "Oh yes, those goblins. They have a good time. They have a good time." Oh, I like this. I like this part. Right, the meteor. Yes, reminds me of the colorless fire. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, is it bad that I'm now starting to like Krasner?
Hey, just because you're a bad guy and you work for IUs doesn't mean you got to be an idiot or a dick.
So, Krasner, quick question, and by all means, if I'm out of line, just let me know. But your goblins, are they for sale? Because I'd like to buy one.
You'd like to buy one of my goblins? Well,
again,
look at what they've done. Look at this. This is spectacular. It's like this here shows what you can get when you treat your minions correctly. See, now other bone hearts, lesser bone hearts. I'll be a bone heart, by the way, one day. And if you guys play by the right rules, you could be working for a bone heart. I'm just throwing it out there. It's not a promise. It's a possibility. Just saying.
That sounds very sexual.
And he looks for 1 second at Talon. No, but this right here. Now this just it makes my heart sing. It makes this is a good thing. You generally don't get this kind of free spirit out of most of your minions when all you're doing is like killing them and pulling their hearts out or
right. No, I get it. I see the value.
The blood harvest game with them for no reason.
Right.
So anyway, I hope everyone's
a reason.
Always, yes, I get it. You're moody. Please sit down, have something to eat. That's what that's there for. You need to get your strength up. So, now I'm here. Oh, and by the way, he turns around, claps his hands, and it's like the chalkboard sparkles. It starts at the top and like cascades down, and as it cascades down, the chalk drawing is gone and it's just there. And he takes a piece of chalk off of the tray down at the bottom, taps it against the chalkboard for a second, and then just tosses it up in the air. And as he does that, it just like hangs there for a second, starts floating, and it starts going up, and it goes to the chalkboard. Now, if you didn't know, I'm Krasner. The chalk writes his name, Krasner, on the chalkboard.
Mr. Krasner.
Yes, exactly. Mr. And it's in cursive too. And of course, like all good cursive, it's hard to read. So now what I'm going to have you gentlemen do is something very, let's say, beneficial to not just myself, but the entire organization and your overlord now, Ayus. Well, you're going to go and you're going to steal all these sucked out souls from down in Ernst. Well, from where the information is that we have that they're at. So this is what we're going to have you do. Now, I know some of you are wondering, but what if one of those souls are mine, Krasner? Can I have it back? And the answer to that is yes. We will give you your soul back, and I will, with my infinite amount of special magic, make sure that it gets welded back into you proper-like. There! See? Already things are working out. Looking up for you, I would say.
I mean, that sounds reasonable, yeah.
It does, right? I agree. So, basically, unfortunately, while we've stumbled across these, I don't even know what to call the minions of Craptus, but as we've stumbled across this diabolical plan to bring back an ancient wizard overlord, calling himself, I think, what was that? He goes over and he cracks open the book and he starts shuffling through some papers, does some pages, and he pulls out a smaller piece of papers. Ah, yes, here it is. He calls himself the Shadow King now. And we can't have him coming in and trying to, well, muscle in on the Lord's territory. Won't work. But what we can do is we can try and get this Corruptus and control him and give him as a present from me, Krasner, to use as his newest and best servant. And that's what we're going to do. But first, we need to get all these souls. We got to collect them. And you gentlemen are going to do that for me.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe you have a few items that belong to us that would make the collection much more pleasant and would help the success of said collection. If you are
Ash,
actually
I'm
interested
sure he was getting to that.
in
Mine
the
was a
success of
lightsaber.
this
It did
mission
like a
in any way.
boom, boom, boom thing. It's really cool.
Yes. If you're talking about all your paraphernalia, of course that'll be returned to you. I mean, what am I worried about? Well, you all belong to me now. And he goes like this and he taps his head.
Yes, we understand your illusion.
No illusion. None whatsoever.
Illusion, not illusion. Again, I wonder how you amassed so much power.
Again with the
It's like
insults. Yes.
fourth grade English.
Well, you know, what ends up happening is that those who
Common is not my first language.
poke the beast generally are the first ones to get eaten. I'm just saying, I do know demons.
I
Anyway.
smile just a little bit.
See, what I like to do is I like to poke the beast in the back while I'm standing next to somebody else, and then just whoop, go away. I've gotten
Krasner,
so many people killed that way.
question.
Yes.
Do you have any prisoners that you are finished with and are planning on disposing of?
You need a sacrifice.
Yes, I do.
As a matter of fact, it is sacrificing season.
Funny you should ask.
I
Well,
wouldn't mind.
As a matter of fact, I've got plenty of disposable people. If you need one,
Excellent.
how many do you need?
Well, the Blood Harvest Festival is 10 days long, and ideally
fuck's
one for
sake.
each day.
Yes, and how? Remind me again. I'm not really a convert or a worshiper or a follower of Narelle. When is the Blood Harvest start again?
Tonight.
So it starts tonight. Well, see, here's the problem. You're going to leave tomorrow. Now, I guess what you're asking me to do is to give you 10 prisoners to take with you along the way that you will kill each day. Now, I have got a question. I've got a special lot. Well, not lot. A special individual that I could give to you. If you kill someone and then they come back to life, does it count?
I don't see why not.
Very well. I've got someone I can give you specifically for that purpose then. Name's Morty. You'll enjoy him. Great. Very entertaining man. He'll accompany you. You'll be able to kill him all you want. Only once per day, though.
Fascinating.
Yes. I'm sure you'll get along fabulously with him. I'll introduce you to him later.
And he'll be willing because it's more meaningful if the sacrifice is willing.
Oh, yes. He definitely, if I command it to be, then he'll do it. Yes. Exactly. So, very well.
So sounds like he could use a boost of some self-esteem.
We're gonna take you away from all this, Morty.
So true. All right. So this is how what's going to happen. Now, you all are going to go down to Alhaster. Now, the reason for this is because the intelligence that we've had coming to us is that the Ernstians are transporting all of those lovely souls by boat. They're going to be shipping them out, and sending them over the Furundi, where one of those pesky Circle of Eight individuals is going to be keeping hold of them, and who knows what. Well, we can't let that happen. We need those things. So what I want you to do is to go down to Alhaster. You're going to speak with Prince Zeech down there, and he'll help you out any way you can. And you're going to intercept this shipment and take it. Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
Do we know if all of
you
the
know what?
souls
Honestly,
are here, or is this just in part?
Yep. Well, one at a time. Please raise your hand when you have a question.
I won't raise my hand, so Raleigh can go first.
Okay.
I just it does. It sounds like fun. Hijacking boats, totally.
Yes, I guess you guys would. You can consider yourself pirates now, even. What fun. I do believe you had a question there,
Yes.
Mr. Servant of the Raven Queen.
Do we know if all of the souls are being transported at once, or are there still others left in another area?
To my understanding, the Ernstians have raided several caches of these souls and collected them all, and like the smart individuals that they are, shipping them all in one big boat. Oh, lovely.
How
So
many souls-
two quick questions.
Yes. Who? What?
Well, I'm sorry, Wyndon. I'm sorry. Please go. Go.
How many souls are you expecting there to be?
If the information is to be correct, several thousand.
Really?
How much does a soul weigh?
Several thousand?
Can we carry that?
Well, I don't know. But you'll have Prince Zeech to help you and his men and what have you. I mean, the technicalities, that's all up to you, men. You seem wise enough to take care of such things. I'm merely giving you the information and allowing you to impress me. I mean, you never know. I might be in the market for a new lieutenant.
Good to know.
So, two things real quick. Not me, but one of us might be a bit of a wild card, and if he, not me, were to go rogue, what do these crown thingies do? Actually, I know, like you put them in, but what? And there's like a ring, but what do they do?
Yes. That is a good question. Good question. Well, for one, it allows, it prevents you from attacking whoever wears the ring of control. Like that one that I have right there on my finger. Right there.
Earlier you said touching. Is it touching or attacking?
Well, anything that is directed towards my person. I mean, aside looking. You can always look at my person.
Yes.
There's a difference between good touch and bad touch, so I think that's what he's getting at here.
I think
You would
Can
have
you-
to have my consent.
Can you please write that on the blackboard so that we are all...
Very well. Yes. No touching Krasner.
Consent is a very
It writes it up there in the chalk. The chalk goes. Now, the other thing it allows me to do is to blow your head up if I want.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that. I really don't.
No, of course not.
Yes, it's powerful magic, and it's embedded in you, and it's got fail safes. So it's as much mechanical as it is magical. If the magical aspect of it ends, well, then the mechanical aspect of it takes over, and vice versa, if that makes sense.
Of course. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Of course.
But I don't want to do that.
That's
I
not.
mean, they're very attractive. Well, of course, we're going to have to get you all haircuts because now your hair's, well, a mess. But that's beside that.
I'm just curious if we somehow were put in by, like, say, a wizard going against her, something, some sort of anti-magical field that shut off access to magic. Would our heads automatically explode?
Oh, I hope not. We should put that on the board. The chalk goes writes up there. Don't go into an anti-magic field. Might go boom.
Yep.
Cool. Yes.
And so number 2, Morgan, you had mentioned something about what you what's up?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
My other half, you met, like, I got the whole the guy steals my body thing. You might be able to help me out with that, or so what's you gave me a little teaser, and now you're acting like you don't know what I'm talking
You
about.
mean if you change your personalities, what might happen?
Right. Well, no. You had said maybe you know something about that, or maybe
Yes,
get
of
this
course.
guy out of my fucking head.
Our associate wishes to be
yes.
freed of his current curse.
I could totally pull his spirit out from you. I could separate the two. Sure. Child's play for someone of my deft magical abilities.
Well, prove it.
Well, bring me the souls and I'll do it. This is a quid pro quo program. Let's put that on the
Of
board.
course.
So, bring me the souls. I'll free you from your duality. Sounds like a fun trade.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
excellent. Any other questions? All right, that sounds like a no.
We're good.
All right, well, Talon's chewing on something right now because Adam's run off to go potty. I thought he just went to the bathroom on the break, and he's got to go run to the bathroom again.
You gotta go.
That's
He's
true.
got prostate issues.
Oh, I hope not. I mean, I need him to produce the show. That would be kind of bad. Okay. Well, if no one else has any questions, I'll allow you to finish your lovely meal. You'll be able to bed down here for the evening. I've got rooms for all of you. And in the morning, we'll get you back your accoutrements and we'll send you on your way. Sound like fun?
Yep. Whatever.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Oh, here he comes to see him.
I'm here.
Okay. So basically, he was wrapping it up and asking if there was any final questions that anybody maybe had.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. You're still a sexy elf guy right now, by the way, Adam.
Thank
So
you.
yeah,
That's very sweet.
no problem. Okay, so Krasner then goes and he takes all of his papers and puts it in the book and closes it, locks it, and is like, very well. All right. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Raleigh. Again, your father is
Arvernady.
yes, Arvin.
He's an asshole, is what he is.
Well, then I don't feel nearly as bad for telling you this. He's dead.
What?
I was perplexed. I didn't know how to tell you. But Unfortunately, he's dead. That rook roost thing that I had to straighten out. Well, unfortunately, he was one of the things that got straightened out. So,
Did he suffer?
actually, to my understanding, it was quite quick. He was blown apart, if I'm not mistaken.
You are a dick.
I beg your pardon?
You stole my kill, and you didn't even do it right.
Well, sir, unfortunately, my business trumps your personal and family business. But I figured I would at least tell you. It seemed the right thing to do, sir. But
Raleigh,
that's all.
I must tell you that your mother here appears very happy, and in fact, she's now leaving.
Classic, Mom.
Okay.
Stole
With that,
my
then, Krasner leaves.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that sucks. Rob.
It's kind of turned it into a shitty day now.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
Because it started so great.
Yeah, with the burning circlets and the studs.
I had a
getting
nice
mobilized
bath.
you.
I made a new friend. I still got my coat.
Mhm.
And things to look forward to.
I'm tripping balls. There's.
What was that
I've had
name?
worse days. I've had worse days this week.
What
Okay,
was that
so-
name that he mentioned?
Name of.
Who was that? I'm talking to Raleigh.
Who was what? That was. I think his name was Krasner.
No, the name that Krasner mentioned. What was that name?
My father. Everybody knows the Nadies. Fucking Nadies. You don't know the Nadies? Good for you.
I just stand up. Where are we supposed to go from here?
He didn't say before he left. He just said, "Enjoy your meal," and then there's rooms provided for you. Are you getting up and looking to leave?
Yeah.
Okay, you actually notice for the first time there's a goblin over in the corner, and as he sees you get up, he comes over and he goes, "Show you to your room."
Please.
Okay, and then he's like, "Come, follow."
Yes.
Okay,
I understand how this works.
He takes you out of the door that Krasner left out of not too long ago, and basically he's going to show you through the keep to a room. It is a single room. You're not sharing it with anybody. It's simple. It's more like a monk's cell.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's like got a pallet, a piss pot. That's it, but it's all yours.
Okay, no windows.
No windows.
Okay. I will just I'm not going to sleep, but I'm going to just sort of sit cross-legged on the floor. And I will just say to the open air around me, I know that this is not the way I intended to do this mission, but I will not let you down, my queen. And then I look around because I don't know what's listening and what's not.
Gotcha.
And that's all that I say.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you, what are you going to
As soon as the 4 hours is up, and I don't leave until then,
do? Okay.
I ask to be shown to Talon's room.
The goblin goes, "No, you own room. You have your own room. Nice, no share bed. You sleep by you. No one else.
We
just
like
you."
to snuggle. He doesn't know this, the goblin, and that's fair because he's just met us.
But that's what the goblin's saying at first. So and then
Very well. Point to his room on the way to my room.
now the goblin gets like nervous for a little bit, and as he starts leading you on, and you start passing doors, he goes, "Not Talon's room. Not Talon's room. Not Talon's room. I don't think it's Talon's room. Not Talon's room. Not Talon's room. Every other room is not Talon's room." And he said to one, he said, "I don't think it's not Talon's room." And
Is
then
it
he
far
showed-
from my room?
Nah, not really. It's like, down around a bend, some kind of bullshit like that.
It's a 300-foot hallway. You're on one end. I'm on the other.
Yeah, there's caltrops all
Both
across.
step out of your rooms at the exact same time.
There's inflated bladders. It's complete pitch black, so like every other step you got, it's like.
Oh, the good old whoopee cushion defense.
So no, as soon as then he shows me to my room, is my door locked?
No.
Okay,
And there's no lock on the doors either. At least not on yours.
All right. Then I actually go back outside,
Okay.
go down to Talon's room, and knock on the door.
Okay.
Or to not.
Wait.
to,
Here's a sound effect.
To the I don't know if it's Talon's room or not, and knock on the door.
Is it my
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, it's your room. There's a knock on your door.
Yes, enter. And I still
I open up the door and I say, "Greetings. We have a problem.
Yes, we have many problems.
We cannot follow this creature. You and I specifically.
Yes. I do not know if it is safe to speak here in this place.
Excellent. But you do agree that we have a problem.
Yes.
Excellent. Would you watch over me while I sleep?"
Yes. I have been waiting for this moment for some time.
Perfect. Tap on the wall and wake me up. And with that, I slap my hand on the wall, cast Meld to Stone, and vanish into the wall.
Okay.
And I just think
Nice.
that is a cool trick. I really like that trick.
Okay. So the rest of you guys, Trent and Darton and the other guys basically finish their meal. The four guys leave in unison. So Turner and Hooch and the other two guys, which I'll figure out names for them later.
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh my God, that's no. It's Starsky and what was
Hush.
the pip's name? What was the pip's name? Honey Bear?
Oh, Honey Bear.
No, it wasn't Honey Bear. It was
It was Honey Bear, wasn't it?
Huggy.
no,
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear. Okay.
Huggy
Yeah.
Bear. Huggy
You
Bear.
got Starsky and Huggy Bear. There you go. There you go. They all leave as a group in unison. Okay. Trent and Darton get up and they're gonna like buddy out. So what about Raleigh and Wyndon? And was there anything that you wanted to do before the party ended? I guess I should say too.
Some party.
Nope, I've done everything. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
touched
just going
base
with
with
this.
Wyndham and be like, so, hell of a day, huh, buddy?
Yep. It just keeps getting worse somehow. I keep thinking we've hit a new low, and here we are. But at least Krasner doesn't seem utterly insane, so that's something.
Right,
It's
right.
definitely
right.
a leg up from most of the people we've met, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
He's a nice guy.
All right, well,
And he loves the innocent artwork of a young goblin.
He does. He does.
It provides sacrifices.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to meet Morty soon. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys don't have anything else to do, then you're each in turn shown to one of the rooms, you know, and it's the same. It's just a single like small room with a cot and a bucket. That's it. Okay. So everybody's just going to go and bed down for the night.
Mhm.
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay, so morning comes around. You don't know, there's no windows or anything. It's still the deep, dark bowels of the Rift Crag Keep. And those goblins, you hear them pattering around in the hallway. They come and they knock on your doors and stuff. Time, you get up. Breakfast, your things. And then they go running away. So,
do we get the benefits of a long rest?
yes, you do get the benefits of a long rest.
Nice.
So
The real question is does Talon come rap on the wall and let me know?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I'm aware of the passage of time, but
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I do.
All right.
And I'll
Okay.
do it before, because my sleep patterns are not nearly as needy as most of you guys. So I'll do it, early enough before, but giving him enough time to sleep, so this way he's not caught unaware.
Okay, not a problem. Now, as you guys rouse up from the morning, each one of you, when you open up your doors, there's a big burlap. It's not really a sack. It's so much as like there was a big burlap square that was the corners of it was brought up on each end and then tied with a leather thong, and it's sitting outside your door.
Does it have my clothes in it?
Yes, it does.
And I forgot that I have a shield. I forgot this the entire time, but my shield also.
Yeah.
It's one thing I can't consume, essentially. So-
Yes. Yes. So any of your personal effects that had been taken off of you are found within these.
And
Now,
my cool-looking cloak with the raven feathers around the shoulders.
sure. That's
Yeah.
Is Salus in my bag?
Actually, when you go out, so basically this is what happens. It's in the morning. The door opens up. There's this package sitting in front of Talon's door. He gets that, brings it in. I take it you just kind of hang out while he gets dressed and stuff, and you go out to the hall. Are you going to go check next to your room? Well,
Yeah, I mean,
you
there
go,
was a
when you
bag
go
for him,
into
so
when
I
you
could
go into the
check
hall.
mine.
Yeah,
I mean,
when
I
you
would have
go-
given him enough time. Like, I would have gotten him up early so he could have gone into his room if he wanted to.
Yeah. But anyway, when you go into the hall, you notice that there is a skeleton and a partially deteriorating zombie outside of your door, just kind of like standing there.
Oh, well, that was nice of them. They even brought Corwin in.
Well, what's really interesting is that they should be kind of like going like just doing their own
Was somebody else controlling them now?
brains sort of thing, but they're there.
All right.
So you were given back your undead, but they will listen to you, but they're listening to your verbal commands, not just your regular. You know what I'm saying? It's not like your magic is controlling them. So essentially, what's happening is that you've been given some undead servants for a little bit, and probably when that magic wears off, then you can apply your magic again. Is essentially
What is not Salus or his body?
it is. No, it is Salus and it is Corwin's body. It's both of them.
All right. All right. In that case, I'll keep them around.
Well, of course, because you want to talk to Salus from time to time. don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have kept them if that was just some rando bodies.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
And
I'm not crazy.
but there is also your packages there with your stuff. Okay. Same thing with Raleigh. Same thing with Wyndon. Your guys, you open up your door. There's the thing with all your stuff. So you guys all are led down back into the same room. There's, again, food in there for you. And same thing. You guys go through, you sit down, you're eating, you're hanging out. And then a little bit later, in walks this guy. Well, not this guy. In walks Krasner. Okay. And he has this guy with him. Now, this guy looks like he almost looks like he's like a young teenager, but he's got enough age to his face that you can tell that he's not. Okay. But physically, or if you were to do like a quick glance, you're like, oh, there's a 13-year-old kid. But then when you take a look at him, go, it's just a small dude. Okay. He is wearing like mismatched ragtag types of clothes. Got messy hair, messy black hair, and he's got kind of a twitch to him. So like he just kind of sits there and every once in a while just twitches, you know. But he's just hanging out. And so Krasner, when Krasner comes in, he's like, "Well, welcome everyone, welcome. So finish your meals, and then you're going to go outside, and there's horses waiting for you. Yay, horses! And a guide that will show you down to Alhasta, so that you can go meet Prince Zeech and get ready to steal me some souls." Oh, so much fun. Excellent.
It's going to be a great day.
Yes. And then he walks
I
over.
am overjoyed by the possibilities.
You don't have to lie to me, son. It's quite all right. And he
No,
goes
this
over.
is what I look while I am excited and happy.
Oh, I feel, yes, that's too bad. It's probably, you're not married, are you? Because probably wouldn't go over well with a wife.
Once he says that,
Uh-huh.
I sort of take my hand to my head for a second, and then I tried to immediately just pull it down and regain my composure.
Wow. Usually don't get that kind of response, but all right. He goes over to where you're sitting, Ash, and he goes, "Ash, meet Morty. Morty, meet Ash." And,
Jeez, guys.
and Morty's like there, and he goes, Hey, how you doing? How you doing? And he
I actually float down from where I was hovering.
He puts his hand out for you to shake, and he goes, "I'm Morty."
Excellent. Has the entire arrangement been described to you? You know your role in this affair.
Oh, yeah. You need someone
You'll
to
die
kill
every day.
Oh, yeah. I got it. That's all right.
And you're willing.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm Morty the Immortal. I'm your man.
May I also kill this man?
Well,
You may participate in the ritual. Absolutely.
And he turns around and he looks at Krasner and goes, "You didn't tell me I was going to be part of some kind of sexual snuff thing here. What the hell, man?
You've been inside his sex chamber. You know what this is all about."
Hey, just because I'm immortal,
You knew what you were getting.
doesn't mean I'm into crazy stuff. Just remember it. He can kill me. That's it. Okay? Let's just make this clear. I don't want to be some kind of like take your aggression out on me. You're late to the meeting, so you decide to stick a dagger in my neck. I'm not
I just hold my finger up in front of him and I say, "The more you speak, the more I do want to kill you."
Gosh. And he turns around and goes, "Really, Krasner? I mean, the things I do for you, you better be good to me. You got it." Krasner's like, "Don't worry about it, Morty. It's all good. Don't worry. So long as you keep doing what I ask you to do."
Although Adam will say that
arrangements
Morty
we
the
make
Immortal
together.
is funny, by the way.
Mhm.
I like that. Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Excellent. And so Krasner goes, "Finish your meals, and then just go out the same door, but this time take a left. And there are stairs that lead you up to the courtyard, and there'll be some people waiting for you. Have a good one, and I can't wait for you to come back with all the souls. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned this. If you don't get the souls, I'm going to kill all of you. I hope that's not a deal breaker."
What's our timeline for that?
Wow.
It was implied.
There's no timeline, really. So long as I get the souls, we'll be fine. Now, just don't come back empty-handed. Or run. Running without, that would be bad for you, too. I'm just saying.
You do realize that you do not have the power to contain Corruptus.
Yes, I don't expect you to realize what my power is. But that's okay. So, anyway, you gentlemen do well. Have a good time, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, Marty, behave. And he, just walks out. Morty picks up, some bacon and, a biscuit, and he sits there, and he's, biting and chewing on it, and he looks over at you, and he goes, "You got to kill me, huh?"
Yes.
Yeah. You ever think maybe life would be better if you didn't serve some kind of blood-sucking demon type of god? I'm just saying. maybe something lighter. Maybe if you decide to go like, I don't know, a St. Cuthbert route or some kind of crap like that.
Not all of us can choose our lots in life.
That's true. I didn't choose mine. I got it. I understand. I understand you so much right now. What you're saying. I understand it.
I just turn to Ash and I say, and you are positive that you need this man.
I need willing sacrifices. This one will
Raleigh kind of turns up now, and he hasn't really been paying attention. And he, at first glance, sees the 13-year-old kid and does not probe any further. So he just kind of ruffles his hair. He's like, "Hey, sport, how you doing?"
I'm all right. I'm all right over here. I'm all right. You missed
Look at it. Listen to his accent. That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, eat your vegetables, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the other 4 guys from yesterday in here.
Yeah, they're there. What are their names?
So then he's gonna go over to them.
We got Turner,
We got
Hooch, Starsky, and Huggy Bear.
And
There you go.
And Turner and Hoot.
Yeah.
And so he goes over and goes, "Hey, gentlemen, good morning.
They
Guess
all-
what?
Yeah.
Blood harvest.
None
Has
of them-
anybody hit the ground?"
Not a one. They all just like
All right,
stop.
and he just kind of lets out a big laugh and punches Turner in the face.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
With advantage because I sucker punched him.
No.
Right.
no.
Yeah, you did also
No.
give it away by yelling out Blood Harvest.
Well, aside
Well, still,
yelling
yeah,
out Blood Harvest, I'm just going to point out one thing. You're fucking like a loon, and so they're automatically on their guard.
On guard, right? Yeah, it's probably gonna miss.
Yeah, so you go Blood Harvest, and that's all the tip off he needs, because as soon as you yell that, they all like kind of like get up and like jump back, and they get out of the way.
They've been discussing tactics last night.
Yeah,
And he just laughs at him. He's like, "All right, well, enjoy your breakfast.
yeah.
Fun, right? It was fun. You
No.
guys didn't play right, but we'll try again."
Yeah. And so before you guys finish up what you're doing or what have you, Morty goes over to you, Ash, and he goes, "Hey, look, I realize you're going to be like cutting me up or some kind of shit like that. Just do me two favors, all right? 2 favors. 1, make it quick. 2, keep flock of seagulls over there away from me. You got me? Yeah, that guy's he's rubbing me the wrong way." And he points at you, Talon.
I figured.
Quick! Your screams are what are needed.
Oh, God, this is going to be like a kind of a torture kill. Is that what it is? You serious? I got to go through all that? Ah, fuck.
More of a
All right.
turkey carving, I imagine.
Come on. Anyway, you sick bastards. Let's get the fuck out of here. And so then with that, Morty.
It's just a ritual. I have no emotional. It's not like I enjoy it. It's not like I want to. It's just,
Oh, so that makes it so much
it's just
better.
to maintain, it's to keep Nerul happy.
Yeah, that makes it so much better. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm not getting any enjoyment out of it. I don't want to do it.
Well, what a coincidence. I really don't think I am either. And he grabs some food off the table and he starts walking out.
Could have hurt me more than it hurts you.
Yeah, I doubt that. And he goes up the stairs and he goes up and he goes out. And he leaves. Anybody else doing anything? Because once the other 4 guys are done with their eating and what have you, they all get up and they leave. They all during their meal and whatnot keep an eye on Raleigh.
As you should.
Right? And then they get up and they leave. Trent and Darton are kind of like hanging back with you guys. They haven't left. So
Will you be joining us or going your separate ways?
well, we're all kind of going on the same thing here, guys. That's Trent. If you don't remember his Clint
I
Eastwood
gotcha.
almost voice.
Because I don't remember what Darden sounds like, and this guy sounded familiar, so I figured it was Trent.
Right. I don't think I've done a Darton voice yet, and I'm gonna wait for that. So we're all going the same place. So yeah, we're gonna be with you.
Mhm.
We don't really know those other guys, and
No, you're welcome to join.
well, no offense, guys, but better the devils you know than the devils you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
course.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were saying that you think of us as boon companions, and you are wanting to join our mission to spend more time with us because you enjoy our company.
Are you being sarcastic? I
This
can't tell
was-
if you're being sarcastic.
That was a joke. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, because there's only one bosom companion I got, and he goes and he puts his arm around Raleigh, and he goes, "That's this guy right here. This guy.
Mhm.
This guy's a barrel
Yep.
of monkeys right here."
Hey, thanks, buddy.
What I want to know is where does
Sorry, by the way, I feel kind of responsible for getting you mixed up in all this.
that
Well, I'm not gonna like. You are, yeah, but that's all right. You know.
Yeah.
thousands of souls. I want to know how they got thousands of souls.
Mhm.
Oh, that actually, if you think about it, it's kind of easy. You know how many people were displaced by the wars?
Yeah. All right. Good point.
Yeah.
But I imagine that. I don't know. So, Wyndon, correct me if I'm wrong, but magic takes like energy, right? Like.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, it is a form of energy, or at least an access to a form of energy. Yes.
That's got to require some juice.
My question is, I mean, I'm assuming they're using these souls to actually raise Caraptus or release him, because that's
Yes.
that amount.
Well,
of
you guys do remember? I forget where it was. You did learn. Somebody told
Yeah.
you, or you read somewhere, that essentially to open the gate,
Mhm.
because there was a gate in White Plume
Right.
that Caraptus used to go into the Shadow Realms. Okay.
Right.
That same gate was then used to seal him in there.
Mhm.
The way to open it is with souls.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you learned that from the false Caraptus, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember where
We
you guys-
didn't meet a false Caraptus.
Yeah, you guys haven't really met the false Caraptus face to face. You've met a wily gnome.
No.
Well, again, that wasn't us though.
Oh, that's true. My bad.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Yeah, my
We
bad.
have
Now, I'm
multiple
thinking of the movie.
personalities.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
we're
the
having
bad guy.
parallel lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did know that, and we heard it from somewhere else too, because these characters did know that we needed this.
Yeah.
Yes, you characters did know that. Matter of fact, because I think there was a big info dump from Talon when he joined the group.
Yeah, that
of
might have been
what,
where we got
of
all
what he knew, because
Yeah.
you know a lot
Mm-hmm.
because basically the Raven Queen told you. Yeah, it's all
And-
part of the mission.
I can't quite remember. Did Krasner tell us that the souls are in vessels of some kind,
No.
or did he didn't? Okay.
He
Okay.
did not.
I
No.
couldn't remember if that was knowledge I had from this or from the other characters. Okay.
Yeah, from when you guys were
the
playing
good guys.
the
Yep,
good
yep.
guys. Yeah.
But you know what? That's a good point. I was thinking that I knew about the whole candle thing.
You do not.
Raleigh definitely would have brought up like, okay, what the fuck does a soul look like? Like how like also thousands? Yeah, that's, how do we carry these things? What the heck? Like
Yeah.
you're talking about it like you're asking me to go get a dozen eggs. I don't know what a soul is.
Right. So there you go. But yeah, and essentially the information that you've been given is you'll go down, you'll meet Prince Zeech down in Alhaster. The name of that place is Red Hand,
Oh.
not Red Span. That's where I was getting mixed up. And he's a bandit lord.
Red Hand. What is
He
that
was a-
Pixie song?
he was a-
Red Hand.
Sure. Continue.
The sad thing is, it sounds very similar to that. It's
But Prince Zeech down there will then help you guys with intercepting this.
so
ship.
Prince Zeech is on Ayus's side.
Prince Zeech is a bandit lord. Now, there's a lot of bandit lords in the bandit kingdoms that when Ayus came, that
So-
went, we're on your side.
Got
So
it.
they
So
didn't get
he's-
crunched.
Right. So he's we're not gonna have to like fight him. He's on our end.
He's on your side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's our contact.
He's expecting.
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
And when,
got it.
And
Okay.
when you get there,
I thought he was the one transporting them. So I get
No.
I get it now. I get it now. Yeah.
the people who are transporting him are the people from the county of Ernst.
Right.
So
Yeah. I thought he was part of that all deal. That's all.
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So then you guys get done. You guys go back, go up into the courtyard. In the courtyard now, you guys are in. When you guys come up into the courtyard, it is still early morning. Okay. Normally, you would expect a fortress full of humanoids and evil humans and what have you to, if they were not on watch, to be sleeping in or what have you, But when you come up into this square or courtyard, I should say, for the keep, there's a lot of people up there. It's almost as if a huge crowd of everybody who's there has come out to see you. Okay. And there's some people pointing, and they like talk and they point to these guys and so forth. Now, in the center of this courtyard, there's like horses for all of you guys. Okay.
If these Iusians don't have one black goddamn horse, I'm gonna really be upset.
Okay, roll me a d20. We're gonna go to the fake gods. Let's see what we got here. You want to get above a 3. Okay, there's 15. A black horse there.
All right, I get immediately on that horse before somebody else takes it.
So this is what happens. You guys come up out of the bowels of the keep, and you start walking into the courtyard. There's a bunch of horses right there, and all you see is Talon take off running.
I'm pushing past you guys, like I'm showing.
He sees a black horse, he just goes straight for it. So you get on the horse, it starts coughing a little bit.
That's fine. I don't care. It's all about the appearance.
Right?
Not the quality.
You've really got a fetish for the color black, don't you?
Yes, I'm trying to remain on brand.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll look for the healthiest horse I can find.
Okay, so basically, then what ends up happening is everybody's there. You guys get mounted up. There is a hobgoblin there that is dressed in furs, and he looks like a trapper from like the old Davy Crockett kind of
like
guy.
Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, exactly. And he's there, and they tell you this is going to be your guide. His name is
his name Al.
You can
Alfor is his name.
Call me Al.
His name is Alfor. He's going to just make sure that you guys get there, and so it's just you guys, Morty, and Alfor.
What about Darton
Trent and company?
Trent?
Oh, those guys too. Yeah, those guys too, and the other 4 dudes that were with you are there as well.
Oh.
So we got some people.
Yeah. You guys are a nice little group at this point in time, and you start you ride out the gates and start heading off into the to the distance. Now, Krasner's there when you guys are. Before you guys actually ride off, Krasner's there, and as you guys come out and you start getting your horses, he's like walking around to every one of you and he goes, "Hey, man, do a good job. Go get me some of them souls and bring them on back. Yeah, because I'm telling you, you do that, it's going to work out beautiful for everybody. It's going to work out really good for me, and if it works out really good for me, it works out really good for you. You know what I mean? So there you go, guys. Come on."
Very inspirational speech.
Do you have any intel on what these souls are contained in or what they look like?
I've got no clue, but I know they got them.
Alrighty.
Although, you know what? Hold on a second. Before you guys leave, hold on a second. I think I've got something maybe will help out with this. And Krasner actually goes running into the keep. And you guys are sitting around. You're waiting. You're waiting. It starts to stretch into that uncomfortable, been waiting too long kind of stretch. And then finally, he comes out, and behind him, as he comes out, is an ogre. And the ogre has a cauldron with him. Okay. He yells something to one of the other minions or underlings or what have you that's over there in the courtyard, and they bring over a bigger like pack horse, and they put this cauldron on there and they strap it on and whatnot. And then Krasner comes over to Wyndon and goes, "You're a wizard, right?"
I only know the most basic rudiments of magic, I'm afraid.
Well, anyway, so this cauldron, this magic cauldron,
Got it.
magic cauldron help you.
Oh, thank you. Good.
So basically, it's like this. I don't know how it's going to happen, but if you dump a soul into this, it will contain it. Now, here's the thing, though, guys. After you dump a soul into the cauldron, they all kind of get mixed up. So, if you find your soul, don't put it into the cauldron. And then all you got to do is bring me the cauldron back.
I like it.
See? There you go. Excellent. Yeah, because if it's mixed up in there, I won't be able to basically stitch it back onto you.
Then I have a question.
Sure.
You said that whoever brings the most souls back gets to beat up Harchuk. How are we going to know if everything's going into the same tub? Does it like keep track? Like
whoever's carrying the cauldron
gets like a score comes up on the scoreboard
Yeah.
on the side there.
There's numbers on the side that you can flip up. So you can just write an Ash. You just flip one soul, two
Right.
souls.
Krasner thinks about it for a second. He goes, that's a good question. How are you going to do that? Yeah. Got it. Tell Morty. Morty will keep track of it. He'll keep track of who's got how many souls, and he'll be the decider about who brings back the most.
Are
Sound
you
great?
a good little student there, buddy? You good with your math?
And so, like, he looks at you like you're fucking crazy. He's like, "What are you talking about? Am I good with my math? What? One plus one is two. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I
like
bet
you.
your mom's real proud.
Don't get real attached to the sacrifice, Raleigh.
But
Yeah,
it's-
and then you know what happens? That's when Morty goes over real close to Raleigh and he goes, "Look, man, if you make sure that he kills me clean, not too much suffering, I might be able to kind of shift some numbers into your direction." You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
This kid's a grifter.
Gives him kind of one of those.
Gotcha.
Let's see what I can do.
And he just looks back at Ash and gives him one of those things. And, all right. So then Krasner's like, "All right, Al Ford, take him out of here. Godspeed, all that different stuff. Ooh, by the way, really don't get caught out on the open plains and killed before you get there, because I don't know if I told you, but the circlets, you can't die while you're wearing them either. I mean, you can sort of die. You can, like...
Wait. Am I
Seems
immortal
like
or
you do.
not? Because I could have some fun with that.
No, not really, because this is basically what happens. If you turn into a corpse while you're wearing it, you turn into an undead that I control.
Yeah.
So don't
okay.
do that. Yeah.
It's kind of a good news, bad news situation.
Yeah, and basically what'll happen is you'll still be there and you'll still be serving my will, and that little residual piece of your soul that's in there that allows your personality to remain, it's going to kind of be bonded to that, and so you'll be like, it's just going to be a bad deal. Let's just try not to die, okay? Let's just do this. Let's think positive, guys. Think positive. We're going to do this. Good. Sound good? Good. All right. Hey, I'll talk to you guys soon. And then Krasner turns around, he walks back, and the whole crowd of everybody there, they're still whispering. And as you guys turn and you start to follow this Alfor guy out as this hobgoblin, as he's leading you out of Rift Crag thing, there's a slow clap that starts. And so by the end that you guys you're leaving out of the Rift Crab, the entire fortress is clapping and what have you.
I assume
Do
they're
I
impressed
see,
by my
Took
ability
the
to float
goblin?
above the horse.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what they were clapping about.
Do I see Took the goblin on my way out?
Nah, there's too much going on.
Okay. Sure.
So
Okay.
as we ride off, once we're far enough away from the keep, I try to keep close to Ash.
Uh-huh.
And I give him like the high sign, little something, and I slow down just a bit. So I'm still keeping pace, but a little bit slower. And I say, a word, if I may.
Yes. And I float down even closer so we can speak in silence.
And wow, I can't do that. Can you do that? You're really cool. You got a lot of cool stuff.
I'm just above the horse, but I'm just
I guess that means
shadow.
Neural 1, Raven King Zero, Queen Zero.
Yeah. So, and if we're far enough away from the others, especially over the sound of the hooves,
I'll let you guys can have a personal moment.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I say, I am concerned about a few things. One, I do not like your immortal sacrifice being with us this entire time. After your 10 days, we must find a way to lose him.
Oh,
And
I'd like to put him to rest permanently. But,
yes, his name is Morty the Immortal. It seems like that's his shtick. He cannot be killed.
but imagine what a wonderful thing if we could kill him completely.
Yeah, that would be great, but I have more concerning matters. We cannot let Krasner or Ayuz collect these souls. It means...
Well, of course not.
It will mean death. Either they will explode our heads, and or we will come back as controlled zombies. Are
I
you
choose
comfortable
the
with
former.
this? Well, yes,
Exploding head sounds much better.
I agree. The exploding head would be my first choice 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, you never.
So we have a
thought
way
you'd hear
out.
that.
Yes. I am not sure the others will agree to this.
If we get the right rally, we'll be fine.
But one way or the other,
Wyndon will just run away if it's pushed in. We'll be fine there.
this is a man who wants his soul back. I would not underestimate him.
Once he has it in his hand, he should be fine.
The other souls, I aim to destroy. And then I ride off.
Perfect.
So
If we could do
neither
it
of
within
you
the
are.
next 10 days, that would be perfect.
So let me get this straight. Neither of you really want to win and kick Hartchuck's ass. Am I right? That's what I'm. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't
Hartchuck
care
is the
about
least
He's
of
gonna
my
get
fucking
his
problems.
regardless.
Yeah.
You don't need permission.
In my eyes, Hartchuck is just a servant.
I don't care about him one way or the. I forgot his name already.
I know you did. Excellent. All right, so that's where we're going to wrap up this illustrious episode 34 of Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. Who would have thunk that by mindfully just racing into
We were close, man. If we
We
could have gotten
were.
one good roll, we could have made it out of there.
you could have if you because
We
I
were
tell you
close.
what
Kept failing our rolls.
Yeah.
I tell you what Wyndon called it. If
Yeah.
in the last episode, if you'd have put that fire out, the the force field
Yep.
would have gone down, and you would have been able to
Yep.
exit.
We just couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
just
we
couldn't
could
go
have just
well
flown right the fuck out of there.
Yep, you would have been able to get out.
Towing Ash behind us, but
But alas, that did not happen. So
It
now
did not.
now opens the chapter of working for IUs.
Yep.
Well, you're really working for Krasner. You're not really working for IUs. You're working for Krasner.
I'm still working for the Raven Queen. So far, I'm still on task.
Oh yeah,
I'm still working for myself.
Yeah,
The rest of it's just kind of in the way.
yes. But there's plenty of NPCs around now too. Who knows what's going to happen?
I don't
It's
like
okay.
that.
Yeah, I know you don't. All right.
But I'll kill them if I have to. I'm not. I'll just put that right out there.
And this is the perfect time to do it because the ancient traditions of worship
It's the
and
fucking harvest. I
sacrifice
get you.
must
Blood
be
harvest.
preserved.
I'm with you.
Well,
yeah.
I do have to point out this is Return to the Bandit Kingdoms, and every NPC has a short life expectancy.
Yeah. I'm surprised they lasted the first conversation.
Yeah, you guys held yourself in check. I was very impressed. It was well done. So,
yeah.
all right, everybody. I want to say thank you so much for watching episode 34 of Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. Let's go ahead and give some final shout outs from the cast here. We're going to go ahead and we'll start with Steve. Go ahead.
Shout out.
There it is.
Hi, as always, it was a fun time, and I can't wait to see what the next time brings.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Adam. Your turn, man.
I'm looking forward to Tuesday also. But in the meantime, catch me on Friday for the reboot of Ravana. The Ravana
We're
reboot.
back, bitches.
Yeah, back and better than ever. Also, as always, check out YouTube/Mr. Adam PL for past episodes of Return to the Kingdom. Get caught up on season 1 of Ravana, we'll call it. And
prologue.
and also the Reset Switch, my web series, along with a new one, which I haven't released the first episode yet because I didn't film anything over Super Bowl weekend. I had too many things and too many drinks. But also keep a lookout for APB Film School and the new
Actually,
web
yeah,
series
because
Super.
the you got what the first two, you got the trailer and the first episode of that up, right?
No, the first episode's not up yet. It's going to be out. I'm
Oh.
trying to figure out a day where I can do it consistently, but I need a weekend where I can film. I've got 2 more episodes I want to film this weekend. And then I'm going to just we'll release them once a week, probably on like a Monday night. Why not?
Now, this is really cool. So you need to tell them what that is.
Yeah, so you can learn. It's not just a behind the scenes look at creating the web series, the superhero themed web series, Super, but also it'll give you a good idea of what you need to do to create your own web series or short film or even feature length film for very little money, very little equipment, and very little crew. And as long as you have some actors, which I'm lucky enough, or most of the people I know are, it helps. But yeah, we're going to walk through from pre-production, from creating the story, writing the script, the equipment, up through, production and post-production, special effects. We're going to go through all of that over the course of the next few months.
Very
Very
cool. Yeah, that's
Sweet.
way cool. All right. Hey, Jairus, man.
So if you liked Jairus as Raleigh, you'll love Jairus as GM on Ravana this Friday. And if you didn't, then it's just more of the same. So
Yeah, it didn't.
don't watch.
Yeah.
If you didn't like
You
me
will
as player,
not be
you're not liking me
pleased.
as a
Yeah.
GM.
Right?
No. It's not like I do some big flip and switch. I'm pretty much the same. But with more voices. Like the voices alone would probably be enough to tune in because they're not going to be good.
That's the spirit.
Like car crash bad. You gotta. It's fun.
Excellent. All right, Michael.
I am Michael, and I guess you'll find me here next Tuesday. And if you're really curious, you can find some of my work on DM's Guild.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You've got
I've
like the.
uploaded, have a few things up there that people find interesting.
I have a couple of them.
Yeah, I've got the what was the
kobold ones?
Yeah, I got the kobold one. What's so what's the titles that people can look for on there?
Let's give Kobold Peace a chance. I created one, The Bloated Dead, which is
the Bloated Dead was cool too.
Kind of an inspiration there from Ash and his Bloated Dead spell there.
Yeah.
And there's a few others like that out there that, and I have a few more planned in the works. So
awesome.
Yeah. So keep your eyes open for that. I am Will DM. I, of course, am the Dungeon Master of this illustrious show, Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. I am also going to, believe it or not, I'm going to be a cast member.
What?
Yeah, I know. On Ravana. So I'm looking forward to actually playing and being a player on the Wicked Studios channel. This coming Saturday, on the Wicked Studios Twitch channel, we are having I televise, listen to me. I stream all of the auditions that we do. And we have another audition for upcoming streams that will be this Saturday. So if you want to tune in and check that out, or if
what time on Saturday?
So it's going to be noon Mountain Standard Time. So that'd be 2 o'clock
2 p.m.
Eastern Standard, and 11 o'clock Pacific. And so if you want to tune in just to check that out, just to see an audition go down for. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're auditioning potential talent for future streams. Cool. And there is asides Ravana coming to the channel, I will be running my second stream coming up here soon. Just looking for a couple of more slots to be cast. And that'll be rolling. I completely lied, and I'm going to use Adam's excuse of the Super Bowl and booze to say why I did not do an episode of the Down Roll this week, like I said I was going to. I even promised. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to promise, and I did. So, but one thing I do want to say is anybody who has an idea for something they would love to hear a dungeon master or game master's opinion about, or somebody else's just basically my take, I guess would be, I do have sometimes guest appearances with other people. Adam's been on the show, Tim Ward has been on the show. Go over to, I'm on Twitch, you can find me on Twitch at will.dm@giantstomp. You can go over there and give me a shout if there's something that you would like to see me discuss or go into depth on, or you could also go to the Wicked Studios LLC Facebook page. Just type in Wicked Studios, do the search, you'll find us. You can also give us a shout out there, or go to the Return to the Bandit Kingdoms, that they have their own Facebook page as well. You can go there and just give a shout out if there's anything that you'd like to see. The upcoming episode that I am planning on filming sometime here in the near future is about when to be a munchkin and when not. And aka, if anybody knows what that means, power gaming. So there you go. That's the next intended episode of the Down Roll. So that's about it. So again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget that coming. Oh, you know what I forgot? Coming up February.
Nope, March
23rd.
March 23rd.
Is it March 23rd?
It's March 23rd.
March 23rd. Yep.
No, I'm not getting to that yet. I'm not getting to the charity event. I'm getting to the February 23rd and 24th. If you were in the Denver area,
right, yeah.
Yeah, and are going to Genghis Khan, I am actually running 2 Return to the Bandit Kingdom events at the con that will be canon. And they take place in Alhaster. Funny how all this is starting to revolve around stuff.
It's almost like you've planned some shit out.
Almost, but we all know me and know that's not the truth. But if you're going to be in the Denver area and you do go to Genghis Khan, there are still seats available, I guess, or spots available. That's more the word for the Saturday and the Sunday game because I'm running 2 of them. So if you want to go and join in on that and have me be your DM, go ahead and sign up. Now, let's go to what Adam was going to say. On March 23rd, we will be taking part, and you saw the advertisements here for it in the charity event for the Greyhawk. I guess it's the Greyhawk charity event for St. Jude's Hospital. It's going to be a mega stream. We get the early slot. Woo-hoo. And so it'll be. I didn't realize that, Steve. You're the one that's got to get up at the crack ass of dawn for this.
It's fine.
Yeah,
but
it's
Eastern time.
Yeah, so
8 a.m. Eastern.
8 a.m. Eastern time. We will be running our section, our 4-hour section of the mega stream. After us, I think return to I think it's the Greyhawk
Lord
channel.
Gazumba, then Greyhawk channel, then Lord Gazumba again.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure. I looked at the stream.
Oh, okay.
Video, yeah.
Okay, but there you go. So it's, I think, 16 hours worth of a charity stream. All proceeds, of course, going to donate charity. I think.
Yeah. So how do you give? Do we know? Or do
There will be on the. If you're watching our stream, there will be a you can donate through Twitch like you would normally donate to us, except it's going to go to St. Jude's Hospital.
Yeah.
So, it'll be
for the children. You want to give to the children.
It is for the children. So, but I think that's it. So anyway, again, as always, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good time, and we will see you next Tuesday. So peace out.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Happy Tuesday.